Hello, hello, welcome in, hello. The spooky month is upon us. It is the first of the month. It is the first of the month, so we are going to do Phas tonight. But this month, I am planning to add a bunch of random horror games. So, the stuff and the things will happen, but tonight we're going to do Phas. How is everyone doing? Hello. All the fun stuff. Yeah, I'm excited. This month is going to be good. Going to be a blast. Oh, crap. Honey Tuds, thank you for the year. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Ay, caramba. All right. I never actually had a chance to sit down and look at my camera to try to fix it if it was messed up. So if it's a little crooked, it is what it is. Oh, well. Oh, well. How do you check in? Channel points. Flash, you should play with subs. I'm going to on our sub day. I just haven't created a sub day yet. Yep. This last month, I think we had 3 or 4 viewer days. So we'll get there eventually. But welcome in, friends. Hi. Oh, my goodness. Mama, thank you for the 2 months. Sanders, welcome in. Easy Wills. Thank you for the 2 years, dude. Damn. Don't think I could check in. That's all good. You should. I mean, how many channel points is it? It's not that much, is it? Yeah, you see where everyone's hitting the I'm here? It's only 10. Yeah, it's 10 points.
Lizard.
Excited for the new. Oh, well. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Katie, thank you for the subs, Fredo. Oh, you're goat. What do you mean late? I just started. I literally just turned the screen over to me. Yeah. There is no tramp stamp. She is still deciding what she wants it to be. Stop it. She has not made up her mind yet, but we'll get there. Hi, Break. Death God, is good to see you. Katie, thank you so much. Callie, thank you for the 10 months, homie. Oh, my goodness. Callie, thank you for the biddies. Copper, what up, homie? You're late to your own stream. Technically, yes. Yeah, it's very rare these days for me to hit 8:30 on the nose. Between saying goodnight to the kiddos and all that jazz, it's tough stuff. I still think a music box would be pretty cool. That definitely could be a good one. But I told her I don't want to influence her in any way, that it is her decision. I'm not going to tell her yes, no to anything. I said, if it's something you think I won't like, then maybe don't choose it. Because it's forever. Anyway, Mama Sins. Hi, friend. Yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of games that I want to get into this month. A bunch of games. So we're going to do our best to try to do them. Yeah, Witch's Curse. Thank you for the 3 months. Elvin, thank you for the biddies. Damn, appreciate you guys. Last month was crazy. Was wild. There's no set day for sub days, Tilo. It's not like I pick a certain day in the month and that day at that specific time at that thing. I don't plan it. I'll let you know. Yep. What did I miss? I think the tail end was about that. Was the thing? No, you're okay. No worries. You're good. You're good. You're good. Hey, Subaru. Good to see you. So we are back to somewhat of a norm. This month we reach our sub goal for the month. We have a viewer day. Instead of having a good wheel and a bad wheel, Phoenix had a really great idea. So we are not going to have a good wheel or a bad wheel. We are going to have the trick or treat wheel, meaning it is all the good and all the bad on a single wheel. So if we reach the daily goal, I spin the wheel. So we'll see how it is. I thought that was a fantastic idea. Yep. Left a game suggestion on the Discord. Hope you like it. I look at all the game suggestions. There's a lot of games I actually was looking at because people were putting them in the suggestion channel. So I'm appreciative. Thank you. Very appreciative. Yes. Oh, but by the way, Oh, just wait. Cheyenne, thank you for the 14 months. Bella, thank you for the biddies. That is not the only creative thing that Phoenix has done today, or just in general lately. It is not the only thing. Hey, Cade, welcome in. So you probably have, I mean, I have not made any sort of announcement. I haven't said a single word about it yet, but the Halloween merch is live. It is there. It is the Trick or Treat Vibes Halloween 25 shirt and hoodie. I wanted a 90s retro Halloween vibe, and we have it. And we have it. So you have a pocket tee and a regular tee. The reason I did that is because I like pocket tees. I'm a pocket tee guy. That's my jam. But then there you go. Look at all the candies. They're there. They're there. They exist. If you guys are interested, they are live as we speak. You have not only shirts and hoodies, but you also have a sticker. You also have a sticker that's available. So they are there. They will be there all month. They will also probably be there they'll probably be there a bit into November as well, just to allow people time. So after that point, though, after we cut it off in November, it's gone. That's it. It's not coming back. This right here. This was a Halloween shirt from 2 years ago. Gone. Out of there. There's no princess merch. You shut your lips. You shut your lips. Buttercup, thank you for the 7 months. Wolf, thank you for the gifted, homie. There could be. It is not coming soon. You get out. I demand princess merch. You shut your damn butts. Pocket tees. Okay. No, like, I don't know. I've been really into getting shirts that have just the pocket logo with the big logo on the back. I don't know. I've been digging it. Yeah. Yeah. Give us what we want. If there is enough, upvotes on a suggestion in the server, there's good chances it's going to happen, depending on if it's TOS and all that jazz. Yeah. Time to get spooky. Oh, thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. But like I said, today is a Faz day. It's the first of the month. Lead in with a Faz day. We can talk about the month. It also makes it a little bit easier for any conversation we have, instead of trying to play a brand new game and focus on that and also try to have like in-depth conversation. Faz, we can do that while also trying not to get got by Ghosty. We need a shirt that has Flash, all the different princess. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody got, oh my God. So because of all the fourth, I need to figure that out now too. Because I had to switch. Oh my God. Iron Lady. If you guys type !enter into the chat, you can enter to win merch. It looks like it's 2 Trick or Treat vibe stickers. Yeah. Why is it the weird? What is with the numbers? Oh, it's probably because of the. Okay, I'll fix that. I'll fix it. It's just I just needed to say 2025 inside of the description. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, ! Enter. There's a good chance. I mean, shit, if we spin it, if we get to the wheel and I spin the wheel and it's merch, we'll give away Halloween merch again. Since the 31st is a Friday, what would the plan be? Something special or out with the kids? Oh, for Halloween. Honestly, there's a good chance that night I will be out for Halloween with the kiddos. And when I come back, I stream. I did that last year. Yeah, last year I came back and then I stayed in costume and I just streamed. So that might be the way. Nitro, Alice, enjoy the merch. Enjoy the freaking stickers. Family first, always. Yeah, we get back at a decent time. So it's enough time that I can go live for a bit and it's fine. Yeah. What will I be this year for Halloween? I'm going to be the Mad Hatter. Yep, my wife is going to be Alice. We've already made our decisions. We've already got our costumes, technically. Yeah. Did we get a date with Flash? You did not get a date with Flash. I'm sorry to say. It did not happen. Switch the costumes. Shut up. US Beetlejuice 7. Thank you. Listen, I got catcalled a lot last year. A lot of people were yelling Beetlejuice stuff at me. It was a sweet costume. It was super cool. Nightmare. And I did my own makeup, which I can't do for squat. I just throw a bunch of crap on my face. And I was like, yeah, this looks good. Nightmare. Thank you for the subs. Oh my God. Since we don't get an expensive date with you, can we get a cheap McDonald's date instead? We'll talk about it. Yes, that was the Angry Beavers theme. That is correct. Yeah. A little bit of Monday stream I caught. Mrs. Flash is so pretty funny. Agreed upon. Agreed upon. She's a pretty smart lady. She does not game, but I feel like she could figure it out fast. Nightmare. Thank you so much. So freaking kind, dude. Thank you. Chronicle, welcome in, man. Chronically. Hello, I can read. Makeup's hard. I don't even like doing it for a cosplay. Well, that was the thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know the proper way of doing it. I don't know, like, hey, avoid this, because if you do this, it's really hard to get off. When I tried to get off the makeup, it was a nightmare. I got it everywhere, dude. My shower was green and all kinds of colors. I got it out, but it sucked. I had makeup remover stuff that my wife gave me. Man, that was rough. That was absolutely rough. I don't do makeup. Me either. Drifter. Oh my God. You both are truly made for each other. Listen, you know, it does. Green shower. There was a Kermit murder. Bet your wife was laughing at her. But you know, I do a lot of things that either make her go or laugh. So I have an entire tub full of cosplay costumes that are like super fast, like we did on stream ones, like the hot dog and the pickle and the dog and all kinds. Yeah. Yeah. You were Captain Spaulding? Oh, that's a cool one. Do you like Pinky and the Brain? Yeah, absolutely. And Hey Arnold? Shit. You can't see it from here. I've got these are two original cells from the actual show. These were used on the show. This one is from 1994. This one's from 1996. Yeah, I have little Post-its. I have little Post-its behind this that the creator, Craig Bartlett, wrote for me and everything. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of like the show. It's pretty cool, I guess. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. I can't tell you guys. I can't tell you, but I have I was talking to Phoenix about it. I have a really sick idea, but I can't tell you about it. It's not going to affect much. It might affect my background a little bit, but we'll see. Courage the Cowardly Dog, though, that's a different network. That's a whole different network. I can't because I don't know. I'm going to need an artist's help. That's the thing. Hey Arnold was out in 1994. I think so. When did Hey Arnold first release? Unless he drew that then. Hold on. When was the first episode? The pilot episode was in 1994. I'm not exactly sure which one that was from. Which episode that was from. I could probably figure it out. But yeah, the pilot was in 1994. It is not a BJM cutout, you shh. Callie, thank you for the biddies. I was born the same year as the Hey Arnold piloting. All Real Monsters was a banger. He's right there. Where is it? Right there. Crumb, Ablina, and Ickis. They're on the shelf. Who just insulted Pam? Hey, Demon Fan. What's up, dude? All right, let's get Phasmo open. Like I said, I know today is Wednesday, but it's the first day of the month, so we are going to stick with Phas for today, and then we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what days we're going to do. Yeah. Can't go wrong with Crumb. You know what's really funny? My daughter came downstairs the other day. I guess she just doesn't pay attention to that stuff. She looked over and she goes, why does he have so much armpit hair? I said, that's crumb, honey. What do you mean? That's crumb. Yeah, BC, I will be. Yep. When is the cardboard cutout going to disappear? I don't know. You know, she might stay back there for Halloween. I feel like she fits the bill. Nope, lobby still left. That's cool. Lobby still left. So, by the way, this is the wheel. It is no longer a good wheel and a bad wheel. For this month, it is the trick or treat wheel. It is either a trick or it is a treat. So it is all the good and all the bad on the same wheel. So you never know what it's going to be. Ew and yay. I wonder when Nell's Diner will release. That's a fantastic question, man. Wesker, we've been asking the exact same question. I would love to know. Love to know. Good luck with it. Thanks. When does that get spun? Nice color scheme. I like it. It's funny because we were just talking about Nickelodeon. It's the Nickelodeon colors. Glad it's spooky month again. Yeah, me too. Me too. Get ready for that. You shut your damn Endless. Hi, Endless. Why did I know that was you? Insomniac, think of it as 7 months. It's Wednesday, Miasman. Insert Adam's Family theme song here. Okay, roger that. I'd love it to release around Halloween. It might. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Ember, I've been waiting for you. Unless you were in chat and I totally missed you. Ember. This was compliments of Ember from the throne. Ember, thank you so much, friend. It's fantastic. It's probably my favorite piece of merch that they released. I love it. It's the Sanity Pill mug, where the real sanity comes from. Where it really comes from. No refills. Doctor authorization required. Pfft, I'm going to call Doc right now. He'll solve this. Isn't that an awesome mug? I kind of wish they had a larger one. Sandy coffee. Yeah. And not to mention, it's the Haunted Mansion coffee that I have in here. Yeah, Joffrey makes a Haunted Mansion coffee that's like mocha. I've got that in there right now. Get your IRL sanity back. We're trying. You got your music box today? Mine's on the shelf. I got it up there. Oh, have you guys not seen that yet? I'm sorry. It's like fucking show and tell today. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. I'm going back and forth. I'm so sorry. I got mine too. Yeah, look how much better this is. It's show and tell. I know. I'm sorry. I know, but look how much better this is. It looks so much more legit. I have a gate on my microphone, which makes it a little bit harder for me to play the tunes from it. But I mean, you know the tunes. You know the tunes. This is the new one. Yes. It's boxed off just like the one in the game. Yep. Play. You're not going to be able to hear it. I could try. You might be able to hear it. Here, let me try. Oh, God. Oh, God. Like a little bit. It's like gated a little bit, but it's there. But it exists. It's there. Yeah. If all of a sudden the background just starts coming towards me, dude, I'd freak out. Okay, who did it? Evie, where are you? I don't know what you just did, Evie, but you did something. We can hear it. Sounds like, yeah, it's just because of the gated microphone. That's why. Yeah. But it's there. My lights are flickering. All right. Go up here with Toe. All right. We're good. You don't have a smudge. Oh, that's all right. I'm not going to have a lighter anyway. What's the difference? What the hell's the difference? Curse Town initiated. Oh, shit, it is. Ember, thank you for the subs. We might as well. We're here. Oh, please, please, please set the tone. Please be a good one for the first one. I beg thee. I beg thee. Curse spin time? Yeah, we're about to find out. Ranch soda, please. Oh, I don't know what I do with the beans. Oh, shit. All right, if I hit beans, I got to go find them. I stashed them somewhere. All right, trick or treat time. Is it a trick or a treat? Bean Boozled. All right, I got to go find him. Hi, Kill. It is not soda. It is bean. All right, give me a sec. I got to find him. All right, I'm good. I'm good. I was a smart boy. I stashed him in a place where I knew I'd be able to easily get him. Just had to get to the point where I remembered where the hell they were. Yep. Kimmy, thank you for the 15 months, friend. All right, that's open. That's good. That's good. I've got these bags I need to throw away. We'll do that later. I have to be careful because if I drop any of these on the floor, Josie comes down here sometimes, and I don't want her catching one of these. Yeah. Evie! Hi, friend. Thank you for the 46 months. Where? I saw Steam, young lady. All right, let me get a handful. Kevy, thank you for the gifted Phantom. All right. I've got like 10 here. Oh, do I want to do 10 for this? Maybe not that many. That might be too much. That might be too much. All right. You made taco macaroni and cheese for dinner? Taco macaroni and cheese? Is it just Hey, Maca. Is it just macaroni and then you just put like a bunch of salad on top of it? With like taco seasoning? There's something that came out. That, your DLC deal. Wait, what? Something came out? What came out? Hey, Maca, I don't sorry. I'm so sorry. There it is. Yum. Haven't done these in like a month. Mmm. Liver and onions and toothpaste. So good. That was Tutti Frutti. Eating them all together, I do it every time. Mm-hmm. I just get it over with. I'm not doing these one by one. That's right. I have a drink. I just got to get over it. So our first one was a trick, not a treat. Maybe a treat for you. Oh man, that's rank. I don't think I shook this water up. Makes you want more? Absolutely. Ugh. Oh my God, Evie? Evie, do I need to check these now? Ugh. Is that a Colin? Hi, Colin. The coffee is actually stronger. I need to drink that instead. Oh. No? Okay. I will not check it, I promise. Good grief. Colin, how are you, friend? Oh, I missed it so much. So much. I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but it's not stream critical. Okay. I'll check after. Yeah, Dark Wolf, hello. Is today the Mrs. Flash stream? No, Mrs. Flash stream was the other day. Yeah. Get some ghosties, I'm on it. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How have the other games been, friend? You've been venturing out. You being all beardless and stuff. I got to get used to it. Mrs. Juice, thank you for the 22 months. All right. For those of you that were waiting for me to start other places, I'm about to do that now. Just heads up. Wash them down with a soda. You shut it. We don't have like the, if we reach, then we do another spin or anything right now. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Right now, it's just if we reach it, we do the daily. And we did the trick or treat spin. All right. To be nice to me and my tum-tum. Mustard soda. I don't have any mustard sodas. You know, it is the only all natural soda, apparently. Or so they say. Or so they say. Oh, that taste is awful. Don't you still have 3? I have 2 ranch sodas. Yeah, I literally have 2 of them. No joke. No joke. Nitro, enjoy the sticker, friend. Could have a nice natural soda to wash it down. Ugh. Did I see? I have no. I've seen no news about Xbox. I haven't paid attention to that. It was an accident. I enjoyed other games. A bit burned out. Fair enough, dude. Absolutely. That's honestly, that's what I've been telling people anyway. There are people that, you know, people always ask randomly, like, how do you keep interested in a game you've played so much? And I say the same thing. I'm like, just take a break. Go play something else and come back. It will feel fresh again. They increased its Game Pass to $30 a month. Damn. Sag. What was it before? Hey, Tom. Your boy. What's up, dude? How we doing? Welcome, welcome. I think something is being weird. It is being weird. I knew it. I knew it. Boo boo doo boo boo boo. 21. Oh, it went from it climbed $10 a month. That's rough. Wait, 50% increase. Well, 21 to 30 is not 50%. Yeah, everybody is raising their prices on everything from what I've seen too. Yeah. Watching you and Chingus daily helps me. How do you play Meadows single player and not freak out? Listen, I have a video. It's from way back from when I first played Sunny Meadows. You should go back and watch that and see the first time I played. Oh, it freaked us all out, man. Don't get technical with me. 21 to 30, 50% increase. Chat is emotional support. Sometimes. Don't do it. I'm gonna need you to pick it up. Yeah. You're gonna play Point Hope. Quick math. I would like to think so. I would sure like to. Hey Jenna, how are you? Welcome in. All right, no, we're gonna warm up with a cozy small map and maybe we'll do a large map after that. I might even change up what we're doing. Somebody was like on the comments trying to say like, I love it all the time. It's always like you could do no matter what. It's all thanks to Tater. This is Tater's fault. You could do no evidence, no saying. They're like, yeah, but have you done it with starter items? I'm like, oh, okay, I could do that. But have you done it blindfolded backwards? Oh, but have you? I'm like, listen, enough's enough, man. Relax. Bama, thank you for the 14 months. Let's go to Ridge. We're gonna start at Ridge and we'll go from there. Thanks, Tater. Tater's our challenge man. Hey Dova, how are you? It's never good enough. Consider doing predictions tonight? Probably not. Now, again, it's one of those things that I like to rarely do. I don't like to do it super often. Some people just want to make you suffer. It's not even that. I guess some people just want to see if you can. And it's really funny to see who's trying to suggest it. Is that a Captain Icefire? Oh my God. 44 months. Well, boo boo bop boo boo bop. I don't get it. I don't get it. How are you, Cap? What's up, Leo? B, thank you for the heart me. Jim Brock, EMF, photo, motion, but we also have to get a photo of the EMF. Maybe we can knock that out first. We do photo, EMF, flashlight. We're gonna go in, find the ghost. We're gonna get it to throw something, and I'm gonna kick it right in the nads. Was that a SpongeBob reference? I lost it. I haven't watched in a long time. B, thank you. It's been a minute, man. Ooh. Le Mirror. Don't mind if I do. The piano? That's like here. All right. Do the thing. Mr. Krabs is requesting. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have the song. I forgot about the song. Start saying nice stuff to the ghost. Excuse me. Jim Brock, will you please throw something over to this EMF detector? How could you forget? Not that song. No. Not going to do it. Okay. Ah, the power's up here too. Lucky dog. Oh no, I'm too close to the ghost fart. But I got that. There we go. Hey Mongo, what up, dude? Shade confirmed. Nailed it. Could be. It really could be. How goes the hunts? This is the first one. We're just getting started, friend. Tis the first. All right, so if I got hit with that, 20 for the mirror, 10 for that, I'm down to at least 70. So I'm probably sitting closer to like 65 right now. More than likely. All right. So we need a careful SpongeBob. I'm going to probably let it burn the cruci if it just so happens to try that. Tis the first of the month. That's right. Noni. Noni indeed. Now, if it... Well, it can't be an Oni because it did the Ghost Ball event, right? So that removes that. So that means that that event hitting me dropped 10, not 20. Because Onis, when they do events, will drop your sanity twice as much. Like the event itself. So first things first, get the crucifix down. Protection. I'm good, Cap. How are you, man? Onis don't fart on you. This is facts. They have a little bit of respect. What up, Matthew? Wash, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. This might be a shade. Any word if Faz is doing an event for the spooky season? It's probably going to be the Crimson Eye event again. The Blood Moon? Probably. I'd say the chances are like 95, almost 100%. Yep. Now, the benefit of that for me is that I have had like 0 blood moons in the past like month. So that means it's a guarantee, which is awesome. Thought I'd pop in, Train. I appreciate you stopping in, dude. All right. Are you doing stuff while we're not watching? Inside the map? The Red Moon event. Yes. The Red Moon event. Indeed. Playing for a while, never got a single blood moon. I just haven't had one in a while. And then everybody else apparently is getting them all the time. Yeah. Every time I realize I have a shade or a Thay, I just leave. I have no patience to get the media for them. Oh, but the Thay can be pretty fun. Where's Doc when you need him? I know. I know. Balzor shall be reborn. All right. Let's try to stay out of hunting range a little bit. Been a while since you've had one too? Like, what is it? Like, why? On case 165, never had one? Damn, that's a lot. Tis a lot. Give me this. Okay. So you are here. We weren't imagining everything. What? Oh, not an Onryo. Oh, interesting. I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out, man. EMF 5. Now it's being all active? Like, what the hell? You had 3 today? Would you shut up? Or did it do it from the other room? I don't know. Because it could have been in that room when it decided to do it. But why all of a sudden is it stopped walking? I'm staring at this motion sensor, looking at the other 2, and none of them are going off. None of them. Here it comes. So it's walking up and down the hallway a bit, eh? Okay. I think it's walking this way. Now, if it is going that way, did it blow that? I mean, did it light that fire when it was going over there? Got it. Now that was on top of me. That makes me think not a shade. All right, let's get some stuff. Oh my God. Right in the face. Nothing but crotch. Son of a bitch. Was not ready. Gina, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Is this a Raiju? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Scared you too? Yeah, a little bit. Emery, hello. Just a normal day for you and those ghost crotches. That's what you get when you crotch. I was gonna say that's what you get when you crotch too much. When you crouch too much. Crotch. Yeah. But you didn't get orbs, but I'm playing on Nightmare. It could be hiding it. It could be a dot ghost. All right, I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna bring salt for funsies. Words are tough. New month, new me. I'm struggling. Words do be hard though. Let's do there. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm a little sussalophagus. Look at this room. Dotted the crap. You're a possibility? Nope. Doesn't even matter. All right. It was definitely following me though, right? How do you memorize what each ghost does? Repetition. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. Randomly have a clip of you saying something like, this is why I hate crouching. Always some damn ghost crotch in my face. Yeah. That sounds right. So if I get dots, I'm sus of a Raiju, and I can tell you why. The green room. It is now. If I get dots, I'm not even sure that that's going to be. I wasn't paying attention to the heartbeat when it evented on me because, again, crotch in the face. No, heartbeat, that's not even why I was thinking Raiju. Got your APOC 3 last night. Nice. GG's. Yeah. I feel like if the heartbeat would have been the Raiju one, I feel like we would have noticed it more. But I don't know. His crotch smelled like Raiju? No. I didn't know from the smell. It smelled the same as every other ghost. Is it because of the flashlight range glitching out? It's because I felt like I was way too far down the pathway with my electronics on, and it was still being bugged out. The Raiju will affect electronics from a further distance than most ghosts. A, B. But it might have been 12 meters. I'm not sure. Do you think it's sped up near the fly? It hasn't hunted. Yeah, the ghost hasn't hunted yet, so I have no idea. But it's also not giving me dots, which is making me think that it's not it. Just turn off the lights. I saw it. I can see. Chip Daddy! Think of the 30 months, dude. Bina, think of the follow. Will the ghost hunt if you're out of the house? It's not supposed to. Is it possible? You know, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not supposed to. Different than like, well, the Raiju, as in different than every other ghost except the Raiju. Can see just not speak well. Yeah, that's true. All right, so you're walking over here. I just shined UV on him because F you. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Give me this. Oh, you farted on me again. Trying to get me in hunting range, this little a-hole. You have to have some sort of weakness. No, it's putting them together that's the weakness. Hey, Daisy. The UV defense, that's right. Get out of here. It's, what game is that? Shine the UV on him. See, like, my heartbeat there did not make me think that this is a Raiju. It definitely did not. Yikes. Ka-chow. The cutout behind you looks like one of the ghost models. There's no cutout behind me. Ghost, I need you to touch a Nor. No, not Dying Light. Devour. That's what I'm thinking of. Definitely not a Raiju. I'm pretty sure it was within range of the electronics. So I'm not getting spirit box, right? Oh, I haven't been able to check for freezing. All right. It just touched this door right here. And it farted again. Sick son of a bitch. He said, where are you? Apparently, according to them, I feel like we asked them ages ago, what are they saying in the middle of that? And they're like, oh, it's just a bunch of just whatever. It's just nonsense noise. I'm like, they're literally saying things. I don't think so. Did he speed up line of sight? I think he did. Very gassy, just a little bit. All right, you started over here, so we'll put that there. Oh, it's so close. Come on. Hey, Sam. It is spooky month. Ghosty is that way. What if it's like a Goryo? How much that would suck. What am I missing? I'm gonna have to start going one by one if it's gonna be like this. Nightmare, yeah. 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 Give me this. Oh, that's right. You cut the power. I forgot. Not a gen? No, not a gen. All right. Good. Gave me time. Let's get more stuff. If it was a Goryo, wouldn't it have done the dots more frequently? You would think so. Yeah, you would think so. Again, if it's freezing, then what the hell? What I might have to do, I might just have to get like the power back on and like loop it around and try to see what we have. Maybe a spirit. Ooh, maybe. I still have timer on the spirit. Let's find out. I have about 10 seconds left for a possible spirit. Spirits have been wild. My guess? Timer's up. As I say, my guess would be that it's freezing and it's just being a pain in the ass. What up, Blue? How are you? Aspen, thank you for the follow. Allie, Kanye, what's up, Hogar? Oh, God. Interesting. All right, that should have landed. Where are you?
Sorry.
What the shit? You guys saw me use the spirit box directly on top of it, right? Ay. You were a little off of it. Oh, you mean directly on top of it? What a nerd. Agreed upon. I'm not perfect gaming this. This ghost is a jerk. And it also hunted at normal speed, so this has got to be a spirit. Capture a photo. All right. Hey, idiot, show up. No, I said show up. Maybe it doesn't like being jumped on. Well, too freaking bad. Using the mirror makes it hunt. Doesn't make it show up just for a normal ghost photo. Hello? Ghosty? Hello? Hey, elderly, how are you? You're going to burn that crucifix, aren't you? Wish the go fart counted? The go fart. Ghost fart? God, dude. Speaking is out of here today. I'm gone. That's it. Neo, think of the 5 months. Right there. Any day now. Imagine a random dude walks into your house. We were hired to get this ghost. We were not just some random guy that wandered in with a bunch of equipment. What do you mean? Ghost, now that I have a camera out, you're being all shy. That's what this is. Hello? Jim? You're a spirit, aren't you, Jim? Doing a house tour. And in this room, we have the beautiful piano that the ghost will tend to play occasionally. Will you please play for us? Definitely some weird, yeah. That's fair. Once I switch from the camera, it'll probably do it. What if I switch away from anything? Oh, now I don't. Now I've just got nothing. Just hanging around. Piece of shit. What would you think if they added a way to exorcise the ghost? I think it'd be awful. I would hate it. 2 ghosts in a row that shut the writing book in front of us, and we got the ghost wrong due to us crossing the writing off. Do you have a clip of it? Because if you don't have a clip of it, if there's no proof of it and it's just word of mouth, it's going to be really, really tough to prove to the team. But if it's happening and you can prove it, then it's probably a bug. Hey, Rocky, good to see you. Jack, welcome in. All right. I'm not dealing with this idiot. I'm not dealing with this idiot. Oh, actually, that's a better question. Roland, were you playing on Nightmare? Subaru!
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. But it was on Nightmare. Well, that would be why. Because on Nightmare, the ghost can hide evidence from you. So if you have a ghost writing ghost on Nightmare, it could be that the writing is what it's hiding. Spirit. Oh, who'd have thunk it? So if we look at our ghosts, if you check writing, any of these ghosts could have ghost writing as evidence, obviously, because they're ghost writing ghosts. But in Nightmare, they could choose to hide it. So you might get the other two and not get the writing. That would be why. That's not a bug. It's intended. 'Tis intended. Sam, thank you for the follow. Ash B, thank you for the GG. Subaru, thank you, dude. Was it 2 or 3 evidence though? Because if it was 2 evidence, you can't. Right. Well, that's the thing. It was Nightmare, so they can't. You can't just cross off because you don't see orbs. Something you can do though, if you're feeling pretty confident, like let's say you get EMF 5, right? And well, no, let's use a different example. Let's say you get writing. Okay, you're on Nightmare. You don't see orbs. You also do not have ultraviolet, right? Can't be any of those ghosts. Let's say ghost writing, orbs, you're not getting spirit box. If you have writing and you're not getting either of these, it is probably not a mare. Because on Nightmare, it has to give you 2. So if you're confident, if you are confident that you are not getting these 2, but you have this, it's not that ghost. It's deduction. The power of deduction. Checking in from Vegas. Ooh, you on the strip? Leaning on Phas, my camera screen in the truck has been going black whenever I set up my video camera. Anyone else have this issue? No, I haven't seen that. Do I know when the Halloween event's going to start? No, I don't. But as soon as I do, I'll make sure to let you guys know. As of right now, no clue. Super useful for Nightmare and Insanity. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Zombie. Good to see you. Elementary, dear Watson. All right, nice. Nice. Should we go to a big map? Hey, Minnie, good to see you. Twisted everything in its power to decline that. 20 minutes. Wait, what? Wait, to decline what, Subaru? The gifts? They should add a ghost model that twerks. I'm going to have to ask you to stop watching TikTok next. Yeah. We're going to have to ask you to stop watching TikTok. We're very well aware of your age. Let us vote on the map? Sure. Reggie. Let me make sure that I still have the voting. It's just a widget I've got to activate, which I do have. Yeah, we can do that. All right. There it is. 1 through 14. 1 through 14. Oh, your suggestion only counts once. You only have to enter once, but 1 through 14, look at the maps, choose which one. It's only on the purple side. Only on the purple side. Unfortunately, I can't cross-platform suggestions like that. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work. Yeah. After being sick all day, I'm officially eating. Oh, let's go. I'm sorry you've been sick. That's rough too, especially if you're sick and your stomach's not feeling good. Can't hold anything down. That's rough, man. That is rough. I think honestly though, it's so hard to say because you don't want anyone to be sick, but like I would rather have a stomach flu, a stomach bug than have a migraine or a headache and a migraine. I would rather have that any day of the week. Yeah. After you guys do this vote, we're probably going to do the ads because they're coming, but I'll let you guys do the vote first. Yeah, headaches and migraines are, for me personally, the worst. Agree with that? Yeah, it's rough. I'd rather be sick than have it. Yeah, Fox. Absolutely. It's, you know, I don't remember the last time I had one. Like a really, really, really bad one. It's been a while. I mean, I changed some of my lifestyle things, so I'm sure that helps. But yeah, been lucky. Sinus migraine. The one time last year when my wife and I flew to go on vacation, I had a sinus infection and I got on a flight and it gave me an instant migraine when we got on the plane and started going up. And then I held it all day long, and then the next day it was rough. That was hard. Can't handle the constant. I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah, you jinxed it now. Shut up. No, we just went on a flight not that long ago and it was perfectly fine. Yeah, Natalie, thank you for the army, dude. All right. The decision is random, and that's a shocker because I never would have guessed you guys would have said random. There's no way. Sorry, I forgot to hide the thing. All right. We will do random, but I'm going to run the ads first. They're happening in like 3 minutes. I might as well just do them now so that we can get them out of the way. If you are not subbed, if you don't have turbo, ads happen in the middle of the stream so that way I can control when they happen. If I don't run them now, they will run whenever they decide. Purple, whenever, you know, Big Daddy Tweesh decides. So go get a drink, go get a snack, stretch your legs, go potty. 3 minutes. It'll be quick and then we'll go. Rip the Band-Aid. Yeah, it's just nice because then people don't miss out. There we go. Braxton, welcome in. Derp, thank you for the 35 months. Holy moly. And Lily, thank you for the sub, dude. Thank you for the new Prime. Hey, Tibby. What you doing? How you doing? We are doing, as of right now, some chill Phasmo for the first stream of the month. For the first stream of October. And we're about to do a random. Yeah. What's the point of voting if you're just going to do random? They just listen. It's because they choose random. I know I could probably take it out of the mix. Big Purple makes the rules around here. True. True. You know, I was watching, I'll pop in to Kai's stream occasionally just to see little tidbits here or there, or I will see clips of it online somewhere. And they were talking to Dan, the CEO of Twitch. They were talking to Dan, and one of the things that he said, and I don't know, man, I really don't like his outlook on this. It was just, he's like, if you're a streamer and you want to grow, you have to do collabs. They've been obsessed with this idea of collaboration, like tools, for years, and they always flop. They always suck. Right now, like if you're a content creator, you have the ability to go and knock on people's streams. I'm sorry. Let me know the percent of people that actually do that. Hey, I have 0 plans today. They probably have 0 plans. I'm going to see if they want to stream with me. That does not happen. What an awful tool. They've done so many different things. They removed squad streaming, which was stupid because that was a very useful tool. That was actually enjoyable. You could watch multiple streams at the same time. Same time without having to go anywhere. Watch them at the same exact time. Like, wow, what a great idea. Nope, we'll just take that out of there. When does that ever happen? Never. Absolutely never. So they're obsessed with this. Well, I don't want to say that collaboration is negative because it's a really great thing to do. It's just, it's almost insulting that they just insinuate that most streamers don't know how. I have no idea how to send a message on Discord to somebody and say, hey, you want to play games? It's like they're telling us all the time, well, we need to give you tools so it's easier. Why? What do you mean easier? What do I need it to be easier for? I'll bet they'll remove that to try to for it. Probably. Isn't collabing just asking people? That is correct. And everybody will do it. You know, it was Zach Bussy that was he would always highlight how many people were using their tools, and it was always the smallest number ever. It was like less than 10 people over the entire platform. Most of the time, like 10 to 15 people. It's raw. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know who's giving him the information saying like, or it's not working, but they don't want to say it, and they're just like telling him it's okay. It's fine. It's good. It's because the basics work just fine. Well, that's what focus on other things. We don't need these dumb tools. What's up, Timber? How they push it, like if someone is already streaming, they probably have a game plan and join another. Right. Do you think they should add more death animations? They're going to. It is in the plans, friend. 'Tis the plans. I don't think they care as long as it sounds good. I probably. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Timber. Honey Muffin, thank you for the follow. Timber, thank you, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. Arm still hurts. It's been like a week. It happens from time to time. I got to get it figured out. It's all coming together now. Okay. Well, we can keep on chatting away while we do a random map. I think that works. So, random nightmare. Let's see where we're going. Maple. We like Maple. How goes the stream? It goes well, Honey Muffin. How are you?
All right, we're here.
Goes well.
The equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the
When was the last Trello update? You know what's funny? I was looking at that today. The last time that they updated Trello, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think was August 12th. Maybe a pinch nerve. It might be Tashi. Yeah, I got to get it looked at. I think it was August 12th was the last time that they updated the Trello. And right now, Nell's Diner is still in progress. It's not even in beta testing yet. So that worries me a little bit, but I'm hoping because it's a smaller map that it won't take as long. So I don't know. They have a lot more time in their hands because they're not doing any special events anymore. They pulled the rug on that. Squishy, thank you for the 3 months, dude. Did we see the new goals for the month? No, the monthly goal is we will have a viewer day if we reach it, and then I'll make an extended goal if we reach that. Yeah. Mark Lavender, Crucifix 25% and Capture 3 videos. Are we lucky? No, but we do have a questionable shadow in the distance. So, no, the Halloween event is going to be Crimson Eye again. Tom thinks that they're busy right now at TwitchCon, and I agree with him. I think they probably are too, but I don't know. Like, you have that entire team. Is the entire team busy with TwitchCon? You know what I mean? I guess that's where I am. It's hard to say. All right, let's go. Let's go. Probably not. I would think so too. Or you think you would very purposely be like, hey, these people need to not even think about TwitchCon at all ever. Your dedication is to making sure that this continues to run properly, you know? Hope they secretly have a person that just works on the event to quietly control it. I have a feeling that they have a few people that are main people that are working on the TwitchCon stuff. I would guarantee it. Hey, Scavenger. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Super excited to see them. I've never met them in person before. Is that the power? Map is this? Maple Lodge. Checking out the booth for sure. 1,000,000% yes. We got the juice. I miss the old events. Me too. Maybe one day we can convince them to let us run the old events again. I think that'd be awesome. It's corn. I don't think it's corn, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Old events like the Halloween 2023. Ooh, just delicious. You are. No, I'm not. All right. No music box. I haven't heard a damn thing. Is this thing in the cabin? Save toe. I will. I will. Is the Halloween event just the week of Halloween? No, it's usually like 2 weeks. Hey, the best hiding in the map. Is there a new map? Since when? Tis the question. You died in that? Well, you're not supposed to like actively take a dump while it's hunting. At least pinch it off. No cards. Son of a bitch. It is in here. The bone, the summoning circle, the ghost. Literally everything is here. We all poo-op differently. This is true. Where's the EMF on the item? There's no way. I couldn't hear up here, could I? No, no shot. Little one-stop shop. Oh, it threw the pillow. Oh. All right. Well, will you do the Easter egg? So there's an Easter egg in this cabin where if you turn on the TV, there's a chance the phone will ring. Just like the ring. Shh. Just like that. It actually did it. Would you look it? Are you about to fart on me? Hey, back off. Paid actors. It does not work very often for me. But when it does. Thought I knew all the Easter eggs. Well, apparently you don't. I feel like this tells a story. The circle, the ghost is here, the bone. We got the Easter egg. There's something wrong. Something's about to happen. Oh yeah, it did work the other day. You're right, Mo. Yeah, you're right. The ghost is gonna be an Onryo? No, it's gonna be a demon. It's gonna be a demon. It's gonna hunt me instantly. Kiss of death. It's gonna happen. There's too much that's happening that's right that it's gonna go wrong. Yep. Janelle, how are you? All right, let's bring that. You know, we're gonna be extra safe. I'm gonna bring a crucifix. I'm gonna bring. What do I need? Crucifix 25 and 3 with the video. You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and bring the book. Feels right. It's gonna be a phantom? I don't know. Cool Easter egg from Maple Lodge. Oh, if there were bears, we were talking about that the other day. How funny it would be if they actually had bears. Scare the living crap out of you. It'd be awesome. Janelle, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, friend. Yeah, I owe you guys, by the way, I owe you a sub day. So I haven't picked a day for that yet, but we will. Ghost bear events. Is that an orbital? Yes, sir, Bob. Interdasting. All right. So we have Orbeez. Let's put the book here. That's a yeet and a half, my little guy. Threw the plate from there to there. That might be normal, though. Toe is here. Well, Toe's in the other cabin. He's not in this cabin. He doesn't wander. Hey, Sasquatch, it's going well. How are you? You'd rather face the ghost than the bears? It would just be, I don't know, like a chance of a bear like jump scaring you would actually be kind of cool. I mean, you're going to warn us of bears with like all these bear traps around, all of a sudden just have some bear jump scare would be sweet. Who's Toe? I'll show you. Chat, what time does he usually stream so I'm not late? I usually stream from 8. I usually start streaming at 8:30 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 p.m. On Sundays, I stream at 1. That is all Eastern time. I love subs. That's what I need to do on sub day. It's just us eating a sub. Open a hiding spot and the bear just jump scared. That's what I'm saying. How funny would that be? All right. I need to check the book. There might be writing. I don't know if I can see a pen. Let's just pretend that there is. Let's just pretend. Orbs writing. Mare Revithae. It hasn't been super active. Could be a mare though. We're going to take our chances and we're going to pretend like it is one of those ghosts. And we do have writing. We're going to pretend. All right. Let's bring a smudge. Safety first. Should be nice to be able to zoom in. Wouldn't that be cool? Man. I could probably address it again, but it'll probably be ignored some more. Want that plushie in real life? You mean that one right there? That plushie? It was made by Break. She made him for me a while back. Does he have Frank? Yeah, Frank's right next to him. Yep. He has Frank, the music boxes. Because there's 2 of them. And there is, what else is up there? Monkey Paw. All kinds of fun stuff's up there. Oh, hey. Run away. No, you don't. I got that right. Thought you're pointing to the Funko. Oh, no. I was pointing to Toe. And we do have writing. Dude, look at this setup here. Look at this. Wildness. Look at all this. Here, let me put a little closer. Sir, where's my other light? All the good stuff. Shelf tour would be cool. I could do that. I could either take a photo. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave that on. I could either take a photo or do something. Is the bunny summoning something? The bunny? You think this is the bunny? All right. Mist form. So we'll do this. This. I'm a photo away from all the photos. You're blind. Oh, you really thought that you thought that the bone was actually the bunny. Aw. Well, damn. Now, where's the EMF detector? Hello? There's the controller. Where? Oh, it's right here. Let's turn the lights off now. I can get a photo of the EMF when that goes off. Gonna go check yourself in? That's okay. We understand. Fluent, welcome in. Forsaken King! They give this 16 months, homie. Bam, Sam. Ready for the vidges. All right, throw something else. Do you need a ghost photo? Shit. No, I did not. Thank you for saying that, though. Come on, another shrow. You know you wanna. All I have is orbs. I'm gonna blame me being on my phone. Excuses. No, hey, excuse me. Why am I not capturing you? What the f- What the hell? What the hell? Denied. Ghosty. I don't want to go to hell. I'm convinced he says hell. Can you record the Easter egg interactions? Because you get EMF on the phone, you could take a photo of that, but I don't know if you could capture the video of it. It'd be cool though. I could do the book and the writing. I could get a motion sensor. I could get a firelight. I'm just trying to get as much as I can without having to go back and forth like a damn choo-choo train. You know what I mean? It's really funny. When my wife played, even she was complaining of having to go back and forth. She's like, oh, I got to go back to the truck again? Yeah. Ghost! You're going to wait till I put shit down to do it, aren't you? Can the mimic a banshee scream? It absolutely can. Just saying, you beesh. Thank you for the 2 months. Any candles in the room? I don't think there's any natural candles inside of the room. I'm going to get a firelight. It's fine. And she was only collecting evidence items. Right. She wasn't even doing media. And she was like, oh my God, again? The mimic can mimic anything except for evidence. Do we know what ghost it is? Nope. My guess is it's one of 3. Well, never mind. We know we have writing. It is one of 3. Mare Revi Thay. My guess is it's a Mare or Revi because it's not being super active. All right, bring, and I could get with that too. Tell her to play VR. Listen, I wouldn't do that to her. Or would I? Can it mimic your dad and be proud of you? Okay, not everything's possible. Could it be a really shy Thay? That'd be really shy. Mimics are your new enemy? Oh, they're my favorite. I love them. Oh, now you throw shit. A-hole. Let's do there. Okay. Walk in this. The salt's fast. I'm trying to be at the ready. Whoa. Got the object? Got it. Now blow that out. Actually, wait. F that. Just walk through that. Ah, baby. Thank you for the roses. Nice. One more. Firelight. Do it. Let's go. That will also do. I'm full on photos, right? I think I am. I'm just taking the picture anyway. Nice. 2 audios. Yeah, I was. Okay. I was just going fast. Speedrunning media? Trying to. If it blows out this firelight, we will. Got it. Crucifix, 25%. Roger that. All right, so now we need smudge. Possible mare. Well, I don't have a lot of switches to test you with, bruh. Mare Revi Thay. Spicy. You know what? What's up, bruh? 25. There's that. We've got the bone. Now we just need to wait for it to hunt, figure out exactly what it is, and then we leave. Hey, yo. Because now my sanity is absolutely tanked. Luna, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. I shouldn't need another smudge, but we're going to go get another one just in case anyway. But that should literally be everything, right? Photo, video, audio. We don't know exactly what the ghosty is yet. Hasn't done much. So we're just grabbing a couple more smudges just for safekeeping. have zero reason to be able to come all the way over here. Time for hiding? No, probably not. Probably not. Hey, VHS. It's a cold little guy. Come on, start hunting. Does anyone know if the Jason Easter egg is still on this map? It is. All you have to do is walk to the end of the dock and you're good. Whenever it's a mimic, Dio, or a demon, I'm playing with my friends, I go into my corner and hide in the corner of the truck next to the board. Yeah, but you have a lot of cool tools to help you from the truck now. You know? Favorite curse? Music box. Any day now. I had one crucifix in there. There's zero reason why Ghosty should not be hunting right now. Why the music box? I love the mechanics of it. I love the idea of it. I think that's why. Not to mention it's super useful. The fact that you can make the ghost, you can cause an event with it. You can cause an instant hunt with it if you need to. Helpful to figure out where the ghost is from the sound. You can have it walk through salt, check for UV. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can use it to just drain your sanity in general. So rather than just starting a hunt, you know, if you sit near the music box while it's on, that's a mare, isn't it? That sounds pretty. We've spent some time near this ghost. Here it's speeding up. That's how you know it's not a Thay. Thays cannot speed up with line of sight. And it's obviously not a revenant. So it's a mare. Quick run. Can you open the seat? I don't think so. How's that bathroom taste? Just like Bean Boozled. Just like Bean Boozled. It's basically one and the same. Spooky Dookie. Hey, Brownie Frowny. That is everything. That is audio. That is video. That is photo. That is a mare for sure. That's all our objectives. That's a bone. Not a bad run. Right, Toe? Toe gets it. Toe gets it. A porta potty plushie. I'm going to pass.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Mare indeed. So again, the reason we knew it was a mare between a mare, a revenant, and a Thay you could possibly age to the point where it is at the speed of like a normal ghost at like that pace. But the difference is, even if you have a Thay at that speed, a Thay cannot speed up with line of sight. So if a Thay is that speed, when it sees you, it can't get faster. It can only get slower over time when you spend time near it. The mare is a normal ghosty. It sees you, it speeds up line of sight, normal ghost speed or average ghost speed, I guess you could say. So mare, there it is, 3,200. Sweet. Hey, what's up, Funky? It's going well, man. Cheese it, welcome in. Tis going well. All right. We're gonna do, you know what? Somebody was, do I even have a setup for that? Yeah, I do. Been so long, haven't been able to. Hey, well, I appreciate you being here now, dude. Coolio, thank you for the 7 months. Happy spooky month. Happy spooky month to you. I'm excited for all the games that we're going to try this month. I'm super jazzed. I don't have set days for those games yet. We will figure it out, but I would love to try some more horror games this month. We do it randomly here or there. This month, I want to try even more. So if you have suggestions, please feel free to put them in the server. The server is in my bio in case you guys don't see it. For right now, the deck is not working properly, which is annoying. But Yeah. Server's there. The rest are there. Hey, side of French. Doing well, man. All right. Let's do... We're going to start on Tangle. Somebody wanted me to do no evidence, no sanity with starter items. So we're going to do that now. Decide on any games? I have a wish list of some of them. Yeah. So I have, in a manner of speaking, I've decided them because I have some that are wish listed. Blindfolded backwards? Yeah, that's what they... So when I told them that I would try it, they're like, oh, so you're going to do it blindfolded now too, right? What the hell's wrong with you? Being spooky month, we might get more into the rest of the Phasmo update for the year. Yeah, I hope so. All right. Eddie Hill. Motion sensor, video camera, and rappel. Well, there's not much I can do about all that. The closest thing I could do would be this. But getting 3 different videos and a no sanity, no evidence is going to be interesting. All right, game on. Run. I'm at the ready to video if I have to. Smiling. I couldn't even hear it start hunting from the garage. Joystick, what up, homie? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that this is a Myling. You're gonna go away. You're gonna go away, you little bitch! Sorry. I don't know what it threw. It's about to hunt. Damn kids. Was that a kid? Yes, it was. Come on. I tried to see where it threw something and I couldn't find it. Draco. Thank you for the 4 months, homie. Did you just start? No, I've been live for a bit. It's done. It's garage, right? Oh my God. Or maybe not. Ooh, I might die. We're going to go for it though. This might be it for me. Nope, I just heard a switch. There we go. Lillian, thank you for the 3 months. Mighty! Oh, this is a mistake. Oh, this is a kid. Mighty, thank you for the 8 months. I forgot. It's going to be crawling. It's just starting to feel like fall. It's getting better, for sure. Got it circled. I'll circle it. I'm just waiting. I'm listening for the ghost. Do you hear all the stuff that it's doing and we just can't hear any of it? I'm sorry, like we can't hear the ghost walking at all is what I meant to say. All right, do a thing. Do a thing. Do a thing, you jerkhole. God, I hate your face. Now they throw something. Turd. Finally doesn't feel like Satan's butthole in Texas. Oh my God. Yeah, it's nice here. I've been able to occasionally wear jeans. So it's been good. Light exploded is what I have. Oh, you asshole. Throw something. Throw. 1, 2, 3, throw. Take it. Hey, yo. That's 3 videos. Good for me. I can't repel and I can't get motion sensor. Whatever. Next. Literally can't get those because I don't have the items for it because I'm doing starter items. It is what it is. Still hot for you in Texas? Damn. Miling. 2,700 for it. Not bad. Not too shab. Edgefield's going to be a little rough, but we're going to go for it anyway. Didn't know you could record the car? Absolutely can. It's an interaction. Yippers. Photo of the ghost. Repel. Parabolic. Literally can't do anything. Okay. Hey, Dink. Nocturnal, thank you for the 8 months. Gosh, dang it. This is just an extra electronic I'm bringing in for funsies. Maybe it can tell us where it is. Self-imposed yeah, kind of. Someone commented on one of my videos asking me to do some no sanity, no evidence starter item runs. Okay. This one might be the end of me, but we're gonna try. I thought this was all level 1. It is. What do you mean? It is literally all level 1. What? They said starter items. Starter items is not everything. No. Thank you for the pumpkins, friend. All right. I think it also might have just turned the power off. So I either go to the shoes and try my luck, or I go to the left. I'm gonna go to the shoes. Bitch. Slow twin. Starter not level 1. Starter is level 1. Got it. We're out of here. We're out of here. Sorry, does someone on TikTok with the name Phasmo in their name asking if this is Phasmo? Good talk. All right. That sounds like slow twin to me. It's possibly I got bamboozled by a Hantu, but I'm willing to go for it because, well, we're not going to be able to get anything else from it anyway. It was one or the other. It was a 50-50 shot. It was either a twin or a Hantu, but I'm willing to just keep the ball rolling. Yeah, I knew it was one or the other. It's possible because I have the power start on that. Yeah. A little hotter. Are there drops? Nope. Nope. If you go back to the main menu and you go back, I'm assuming you saw the Twitch thing at the beginning here. If you click on this, you can see what dates that they were available. So that was through September. They're gone. No more. No more. Could have tried. Well, I mean, listen, I could also try to go for perfect games. I could also try to do for this. I just don't want to. So let's go back to Edgefield. Let's do it again. Or do ghosts tend to target AFK players when they enter the map? No, that's probably random. There's no way that there's any rhyme or reason for that. No way. Well, I could have stayed and we could have figured it out, but it's fine. Donna, capture a video of the ghost. 3 photos and 3 unique videos. Do I want to do 3 unique videos? It'd be way faster if I didn't. That's for sure. Zorn, thank you. Jennifer, hello. Inu, welcome in. All right, give me a flashlight. Give me a flashlight. That in there. Throw that in there. Open that up. Imagine if I looked in here and I saw an orb. Wouldn't that have been some junk? It's to my left. I might need to run upstairs. I'm not gonna have hiding. Okay, normal. There we go. All right, so Ghosty is down here by the kitchen. We might be okay chilling out by the shoes. Or I could go over here. This is always a possible spot too. How do you know that? How do I know what? I think this is Yuri. You heard it, Endless? We'll see if we're right. I'm willing to bank on it. Fuck.
Welcome back.
I heard it.
Jobs for you.
It did the door shut with the delay sound, but it was a mare. Gosh darn it. I'm going back. No. We're not letting it defeat us. Back to there. Nope. That's twice. But listen, we've had very good reasons for why we've gone for what we've gone for and left. Yeah, it's fine. It would have been a paid actor. It's fine. It's fine. We've been bean boozled. That's right. Sin, think of the 6-month prime, dude. All right, we back. Lisa Carter, crucifix, EMF. Take a photo of an EMF. Can't do that. The only thing I can do is take a video of the ghost. Man, you really get shafted with objectives when you're a new player, huh? Damn, I guess I never really thought about it. It's kind of rough. Why is he using tier 1 stuff? Because somebody asked me to. Going for objective at the start is kind of not recommended, I feel. Not really. Figuring out the ghost and learning mechanics and things like that is definitely more important than objectives, but there's a lot of objectives that require you to have certain items. Sounds a little fast, yeah? Got some wheels on it. Like little wheels. Would you say that the speed sounded constant? She had training wheels? I think so. Where's my power? It's right there. Let's turn it off. Let's give that a try. Sounded consistent. Let's find out. Let us see. Let us see. Dream! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I still have to fix that. That hasn't been fixed in a while. Dream, how was your stream? Welcome in. All right, so I turned the power off to make sure this isn't a Hantu, because if it is, we're going to see its breath. I don't see its breath. It just tried to F the chute right in front of me. Did you see that? Could it be the aging ghost? No, because it would have been really, really fast to start. You know what I mean? Nocturne. Not a twin, you don't think? I think this is I think this is a twin. I actually do. All right, we're really risking it for the biscuit here by going to the hide again, but we're going to see. The reason I do is because the speed is, again, it's been consistent, right? Taking a video is a death wish. Played DVD tonight as Survivors. How'd it go? How were the games? Did you escape? We do not offer the ghosty hugs. Do twins not change speed each hunt? It's random. It could choose to be the fast twin every single time if it wanted to. But it's rolling the dice basically whether it's going to be the slow or the fast. It's not back and forth. You feel like it's too fast? I feel like if it was a Moroi, it'd be way faster than that. No, I don't think that's a Moroi. I could pull up the cheat sheet, but I don't think so. Moroi and Thay are really fast, and the Thay is just slightly faster than the Moroi when you're just entering the map for the first time on no evidence, no sanity. I'm pretty convinced with twin, especially because we saw no breath. Yeah. Hearing the slow twin right now would be like just the cherry on top. Or it's only fast and no sanity. Yeah, but I have no sanity. That's the thing. I have none. Hey, that sounds like a slow twin to me. I'm scared. When you hear your heartbeat louder than footsteps for the Moroi, is that a different ghost? You're thinking of the Raiju bug. You thought about coming down here. Okay, it's done. I just don't see it happening. Hey. Hello? Hello? All right, it's fine. No bugs, only features. Thank you, Lillian. No, the Moroi doesn't slow down. No, the Moroi, the Moroi is not, how do I explain this? Because you said Moroi slows down when it sees you. No, the Moroi does not slow down when it sees you. There's no ghost that when it sees you, it then starts to slow down. There's no ghost like that. Twins. We're going for it. If you're not twins, it's rigged. I wish the I would love to see what two ghosts would be like. That would be pretty funny.
Welcome back.
We turned off the power to make sure that it wasn't a Hantu. Made sure we didn't see its breath because a Hantu in warm rooms can be a little bit slower and be really, really tricky, as we can see. So yeah. The Dio doesn't slow down because it sees you. The Dio slows down because of proximity. If it gets within a certain range of you and then slows down, it doesn't have to see you to slow down. Yeah. The Dio does not slow down with line of sight. That is incorrect. No. Dio's range. Thank you, Jodo. Yep. You could be around the corner. I have a perfect example of this. The other day I played with Chinggis. We ran into the map. We ran into Ridgeview. Went behind the fridge. Hiding behind the fridge. Ghost went storming down the stairs around the corner and slowed down. It could not see us yet, but it knew where we were. So it slowed down, I think within 3 meters. And it slowed down right there. So it does not have to see you at all. Yeah. Duh twins. All right. Well, let's try that at Ridgeview now. Natalie, thank you for the game controller, dude. Misty, thank you for the heartbeat. It sees you through the ethereal plane. Makes sense, yeah. Imagine having two ghosts that can both hunt either individually or together. It'd be kind of cool. It'd just be a cool, like, event. Like, whenever we talked in the past about having, like, playlists. Like, I remember suggesting they do some sort of like rotational playlist where it's different types of game modes. And I think that they took that suggestion to heart and made the weeklies out of it. But what I had in mind was like, not just things that you can make on your own, but playlists of things that you can't make. You can't make by yourself in a custom. You can only play it by playing the weekly or playing that playlist. That's the only way to actually play that game mode. So every single weekly you can make yourself. You can make every single one of them by doing custom settings. I want to see stuff that we can't do like that. I think it would just make them so much more exciting. Thought it was line of sight for the DO. No, it's definitely not. It's okay. Definitely not. Isn't it in the game code that the DO sees you literally everywhere, so it does see you technically? I don't think it's sight, though. It knows where you are. That doesn't mean it sees where you are. You picking up what I'm putting down? See what I'm saying? Kevin Emmett. Repel, can't. Cleanse, can't. Capture photo, can't. Sounds great. Nailing these objectives. Crushing it. Stay this round? All right, we'll see. Rip. There's nothing I can do. I don't have a photo camera. I don't have any of that jazz. This is starter equipment, man. Yeah. All right, Ghosty. I'm leaving that there for you, okay? Don't go killing me. Eee. It sees you telepathically. Lillian, thank you for the gifted, by the way. Pretty normal. Wonder if I have hiding back there. Let's go check. Oh, that's right. It's a custom. I don't have any hiding. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. What I might need to do, though... Oh, it's going to be a little bit rough. You know what? Actually, you know what? No, it's not going to be that bad. Let's go this way. Ghost fart? What are you doing on this floor? Uh-oh. Wait. Maybe it started hunting from down there. Not the only one losing it? Yeah. At least I'm remembering my lighter when the games where I have a lighter. Kitchen ain't very big. Okay, dude. Listen, people make do with what they got, all right? Oh, Lillian. Thank you for the gifted, friend. Garage? Not an Oni, not a Phantom. No, it's not basement. It's definitely in the garage. We could hear it a trucking. What's funny is that I was gonna go sit down here. Hey, what you doing in here? Hey, hole. Throwing caulks? Huh? Huh? Just call him Naked Ned. But there's a few ghosties we can cross off, though. No, it's not a Revenant. No way. Not a Revy at all. No shot. Normal speed ghost. Not an Oni. Not a Phantom. Not... By the look of the table, I'm going to say not a Pulte. Oh, Jesus Christ. Didn't Jin sprint. It might not have seen me from a distance enough. I think it did. Probably not a Jin. Not twins, not they. Dio, Moroi, Raiju. Antu, Revi. Was that from the bathroom? No, that was right here. Now I would say not a Jin, for sure. Thank you for the biddies. Lady Dino, welcome in. Yeah, where are you hunting from, nerd? It started here, which is a little dangerous. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, come over here. Jesus Christ. What's up, Brad? I don't feel safe. Did it teleport? I don't know. I need to get that EMF detector back, though. Because now it feels like it's just staying over in the other room. What the... Because if it did teleport to me, I don't remember hearing this EMF go off. I don't have any salt. I ain't got none. If it hunt... We've had one singing event, right? Ain't got no gas in it. We've had a single singing event. Just a little dicey. Okay. Just get some stuff lit, you know? Can't figure the ghost. Well, unfortunately, there's tests that I just can't do. There are tests I literally can't do. Are they fast hunts? We could try. Oh god, he's right there. Let's find out. When I wake up in the morning and I step outside. What? Did it just do a singing event? Wait a minute. I didn't turn the switch on, did I? Oh, maybe I did. No, I did. We know it's not a Goryo. 100%. Hey, Jam, what's up? need to figure out what room it's staying in. Bouncing streams? Awesome. Best of luck to you, man. All right. None of those worked. Nope. 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 This might be death. Possible yokai? Hey, Sessic. Maybe? Was it going up or down? I don't know. Tis a tough one. I'm not sure. Might have to try right here though. It's gonna be dicey. Test and fate. I gotta try. So the test before this one, I don't think it was coming over here naturally like it heard me. I think it was, I mean, I don't think it was coming over there because it heard me hit my walkie. I think it just randomly pathed over there. I'm really feeling yokai. You bitch. Not anymore. I'm not thinking yokai anymore. I think this is a confusing ghost. Imagine a stinky shade. Well, the hard part is that it's not staying in one area, so it's hard to just do a test like that. That's the hard part. It was going towards the living room before it turned to you. Holy shit. Like, there's no chance I'm getting a mimic that is just doing the same... The hell, when you knock? Doing the same normal speed every time. There's no way, right? Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, I'm the loogie guy, remember? longer a shady shade, it could absolutely still be a shade. Because that ghost vented on me in a room that was not its own. All right. So at this point, I need to go check. Guys, ads are about to play, by the way. Ads are about to play. If I don't see orbs, then we might just take a stab in the dark. But we're gonna try. If I do see orbs, I mean, the chances of us having a mimic that is doing the same speed every single time like that is just so unlikely. Not impossible, it's just unlikely. And it started its hunts over here. I don't see any orbs. No. I do not see any orbicals. Well, we don't think... See, I'm not... It could be a banshee. Maybe it's just like the laziest banshee on earth, you know? Maybe. I could do the old loop-de-loop and pull and try to survive that. What game mode? It's no evidence, no sanity. And I'm on starter items. Yeah. Clay! Thank you for the memberships, dude. Spirit, I can't test. I can't. Ure, I haven't heard it do that. Its ability at all. If the doors have been open, we don't think it's a mimic necessarily. Not a myling, not a yokai. Shade is not necessarily off the table. Not necessarily. Kept turning off the lights. But any ghost could do that. If you're talking about the actual power box, the mayor has nothing to do with the power box. Yeah. Hey, Trex. Clay, thank you, dude. I don't know. What are we thinking? Listen, I'm a pretty determined individual. I would be willing to go back in to try our best to figure out where this ghost is hanging out to try and figure it out. Now, I don't know exactly where it's hunting from. I don't think it's hunting from the kitchen. So I'm going to try to run back into the kitchen. I think I just heard it to my left. Demon test. I tried last time. I thought I did. But it probably went off and I wasn't paying attention. Mr. Chip, we were just talking about you. All right, it just stopped. All right, I have a timer going. I got the timer going. Prep some switches here. Kai, thank you for the heart me, dude. That's not the ghost, it's just an event. Try your luck. No. You son of a bitch. Another singing event. It's just leaning Banshee now, right? All right, I don't trust that spot right now. It's 3 singing events, yeah. Doing some no evidence, no sanity starter items, Tater. That would explain why it feels like it's everywhere. Got a whole concert. Going well for the most part, yeah. We're just hiding. The ghost can't see you. Banshee check? I can't do a Banshee check. I don't have any audio equipment. Or I can't test like that. It's all starter equipment. Starter equipment, you don't have that stuff. Probably not a Ure. Ures can't do that sound, I believe, because it's partially opening or closing a door. Brady, welcome in. Katie, thank you for the biddies. We're really leaning Banshee, though. How do they expect new players to do no... Right? Critter! Good night, homie. Really leaning towards that. It is hunting literally everywhere. Which maybe it is. Maybe it's just a Banshee that's like stalking us, and then when it lands, by the time it's heading back, it's then starting to hunt. Yeah. We'll see. Hyper! 24 months. Hot diggity freaking dog. Months, years, it's the same thing. Hyper, thank you for the 2 years, friend. Tier 3, freaking 2 years. Damn. Yeah, Banshees can't teleport. Banshees can only stalk the player. It doesn't feel like it's done that. It's feel like it's been hunting at normal intervals. I feel like we watched it. At no point did I see a shape shift. Doesn't feel like a shade. Onryo, a good best of luck there. It hasn't lit any fires that we could see, but that's just you playing the waiting game at that point. We're going to go Banshee and just hope that we're right. Feels like a ghost. Yeah, a little bit. Winter. Oh my God. All the friends are here. We'll see. It's so hard to say when you can't test for every ghost.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs.
0 tests I could do for this ghost. 0. We did our best though at the power of deduction. Trying to remove it. Spirit. Out of all the ghosts, Spirit. We're going back. What kind of spirit was that? A spirit. Yeah. When you go to the high school map and you go to the locker room, name blasting all over the wall. Thinks it's hot shit. It needs to calm down. You did a job. Son of a beesh. That's okay. Let's go to Ridgeview. We're doing it again. I'm not being defeated today. Eventually. It did smell kind of stinky. It was a little stinky. Spirits are butts. Why's the lighting like that? All right. Marsha Roberts. Motion sensor, crucifix, parabolic. Can't do it. So when you guys are just starting out, your early levels where you haven't unlocked equipment, yeah, there's a lot of objectives you can't do. So I wouldn't even worry. I would just really focus on getting the ghosty. That would be the #1 concern. I mean, I guess I could take, I mean, might as well take a video camera. Check for orbs. Why not? Marta. I haven't seen that movie in forever. When you're starting out, it doesn't give you objectives for stuff you don't have. Is there truth behind that statement? Because I wouldn't believe that. I feel like I've started out and had objectives I could not do because I just didn't have the stuff. And then just had to reroll. New players getting objectives that they can't do that now? Yeah. I think so too. It absolutely gives you things you can't do. Okay. I thought so too. I didn't feel like that statement was correct. I feel like I had the motion one and I started playing this week. There you go. So I don't know where you heard that players can't get objectives that they don't have equipment for, but they absolutely can get those objectives. Yeah. Right. So there you go. Can always fact check in the Phasma Discord if you're ever curious about information, if you're not sure. But definitely enter any sort of situation with it could be, might be, not I 100% know, and then it's wrong. Yeah. All right. I don't see any orbicals just yet. The ghost could be right next to me now, for all I know. But F it. I hear nothing. Lots of prestige video. Yeah, absolutely. Normal speed. Hunting from upstairs, I think. That's what it sounded like. All right. Why do I keep grabbing that? Get out of here. All right. Let's do this. Do this. She's laughing. She's got to be a mare. Stupid. Pulte? I don't know. Was it throwing enough to be a Pulte? None of this was touched. Right? Yeah, the kitchen table looks like it wasn't touched at all. Yeah. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit here. I can barely see the ghost. I could see it then. Hey, child ghost. All right. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I'd say no Jinn. Hey, a child. I love that that's just the most common response. I'd make that like an emote, but I'm so afraid that that would be like against terms of service. All right. Normal speed. I don't know about the blinks. I think the blinks are normal, but we didn't have line. What sounded fast for a second? Maybe not. Goo. Hopefully it goes to the garage. That wasn't an Oni, was it? Did that look super visible to you? Or to anybody here? Not to you? It was like questionable for me. Not to you. Looked like it to you. I think it was normal, but it might start down here. It's like right at the top of the stairs. Oh, you had your blindfold on. Okay, give me a second. I'll do it again. Lucas, welcome in. Lady Sovereign, by the way, thank you for the 23 months. I hear you up there, Stinky. Demon timer. It doesn't feel like it's hunting very frequently. Like, it does not feel like it's hunting frequently enough to be a demon. Yeah, the demon timer, whenever you're trying to do that without any incense, a demon can hunt you after 20 seconds. A demon can hunt you 20 seconds after the last hunt ended. And normal's 25, right? Hey, Becky. Watch you play Help Me a Lot. Let's go. that look like the ghost picked up the object and threw it at me? Isn't there word on the street that shades can't do that? Now, I don't know if that counts for during a hunt, though. That I'm not sure of. Door touch, but I don't know. I need to have a timer at the ready. The issue is that I really have nowhere up there to like chill out. Outside of going to the furthest room and praying it doesn't like touch the closet door. Are shades allowed to do anything during a hunt nowadays? Nope, they strip it of all of its responsibilities. Does ghost throwing items at you mean anything at all? It is said from a clip that I saw, which I don't know how true it is, but I mean, there's some pretty reliable sources, that shades don't pick up the objects and throw it at you like that, but I don't know if that's true or not. Grain of salt. Grain of salt until it's proven, you know? Right next to the safety toilet. I don't know if I trust it. I unlocked your favorite slide at the water park. Let's go. I heard there's a new one. It's in the basement right now, right? Got a partial door there. Maybe I try my luck over here and just pray. Was that a Uri ability? I thought I heard a double door touch. Could be wrong. Did I fully open these doors, though? That's the next question. I'm pretty sure I fully opened these doors. And if that's the case, then no, not a Uri. Hey, KJ, what's up, dude? I think we have another stinker. That's my take. No. No, 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 no. I don't think so. Definitely has not teleported to us yet. No, I don't think it's Polty. I think it's just a stinky normal, man. If I had to guess. Ember. I see the second name now. Oh, now it sounds like it's throwing a shit ton. What the f... No way. No way, right? Turo, thank you so much. Thank you guys for getting merch. I appreciate you. Oh, it's over there, son of a bitch. I went to the wrong side. You little heathen. All right, we'll go check the other side when we come back. God dang it. Halloween's favorite time of the year. Thank you for the merch. No, thank you. Yeah, the Halloween merch is live, by the way, for anybody that didn't know. I released it today. The amazing, lovely, fantastic Phoenix was the designer. Still Team Raiju? It's literally not a Raiju. Not a Raiju. It's not a twin. Possible Pulte. Now the throws all of a sudden to me feel like they're possible Pulte throws. Maybe. Get recorded on, idiot. I gotta run. I called an idiot. Why does it sound like it's staggering its footsteps? Did it? Wait, during the event, did it sound like it was staggering the footsteps endless? The last hunt? Yeah, because the hunt's one thing. But if it's during an event, that could mean something. What the? Oh, it's done. Such a normie that it's so hard. Okay, dude. Was that in here or the basement? Oh, it's in the basement. It's directly above me. Fly guy, thank you for the 2 months. Really staggered footsteps during events means something. I'm pretty sure the Obake has some weird thing happening where during the events where it almost feels like a hunt, it will miss footsteps. All right. What did I do with you? All right, let's do the thing. Hey, Tiger, what's up? How are you? Hi, Daisy. What am I doing? Where am I going? Who are you? What is this place? Who are you? I don't know at this point. At this point, it might be a guess. Obake doesn't miss footsteps in hunts. I don't know. People are saying that they've been noticing it during events. Don't lose it now. Oh, this turd butt. Absolute turd butt. I hope it's not a URA. I'm pretty sure that there are doors up there that are half open. Hey, what's up, Kelly? We know it's not you for sure. What's up, Evan? My first order with the toilet said the other stickers should be in tomorrow. Let's go. Can't they half move a door during a hunt? Oh, I don't know. Great question. That I don't know the answer to. Do locker doors count with a URA? I would assume it can use its ability on a locker door. Yeah. Not thinking Pulte anymore? I'm not sure. Although it really has cleared all that shit, hasn't it? Kitsu. Thank you for getting a hoodie, friend. Enjoy the moich. Now I kind of want to put all this shit here and see what it does. Why is it not hunting all of a sudden? The t-shirt you won came in. Very comfy, dude. Aren't they so good? I love them. Okay. I hear it up there, Stippy stomping. Let's see what it does. Like, those were not Pulte throws, dude. Or it definitely didn't feel like it. With a Pulte, like, if you are questioning if it's a Pulte, it's probably not a Pulte. That's usually like a good rule of thumb. If you're like, I don't know, it didn't seem, then it probably isn't one. Wasn't it? It was throwing. It felt like it was throwing a lot earlier. Here it comes. I can't see it. I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, Nick, you also have to remember that all of the media objectives that they added to the game after I prestiged fully. So obviously I'm not going to get those. Yeah. I checked both sides for orbs. Was not there. Was not there. All right. Well, do we just call it what it is and guess, or do we try to get up there and try to check for these? Ought to be a spirit again. It feels like it's changed its room. Definitely feels like it. It has not lit any fires, so we can't know for sure if it's an Onryo or not. The damn kid ghost, so we can't see shit. Yeah, you get a video camera, but like, think about this. Like, take a photo of the EMF. Like, has anybody had that as a objective when they've prestiged? You know? All I'm saying is, where does it say that you can't get objectives for items you don't have? Because if it says it somewhere, that's really good information to have. Experience, right? So I think one person having experience with something and saying, well, this is what I've noticed, it's like, okay, that's good, but have you tested it? Or is it just like, well, this is just what I think I've seen? It's like, okay, but where's the proof in it? Well, it's what I thought. Not getting seen 3 times now in that spot. I'm not going to risk it again because I'm absolutely going to get go. I'd say no Banshee. Here's the hard part about that. If the ghost is an upstairs ghost, the Banshee can't stalk me to this floor here. So I can't even just like, say like, oh, it's probably not a Banshee. We don't know. Hey, look, the bone. So Banshee is not off the table. Son of a bitch. It's a risk. The only time I've seen objectives that I can't do are on the weekly challenges. It's basically now just a point of just asking in their server or doing a very large scale poll. Because there's also the because is there a possibility that you've gotten lucky to where you haven't had objectives that you needed certain things for when you didn't have it? And by the time you get to X level, you've already unlocked all that stuff? You hooker. We're about to guess. Doesn't feel like an Abake. No, it doesn't feel like an Abake. Watch, it's going to be some obvious ghost that we should have known the whole time. Yeah. You know, I don't know why I'm leaning that. I don't know why. Might hop off. You're good, Jess. I appreciate you. Lazy Pulte? I hope not. We just got to guess. You think it's another spirit? If it is, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Could it be based on level? Well, that's what they're suggesting, that they think that you can't actually get objectives unless you've unlocked a certain piece of equipment, but there's nothing that says that anywhere. It's just based on like a player's experience. So that's why I was saying I could probably go. They're not awake. They're no shit. I'll ask them tomorrow. I'll ask tomorrow if it's possible, and then they'll just give me a straight up answer, yes or no. Yeah. What options are left? These ones. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna go mad in there trying to figure that out. Again, it could be a Banshee. It can't stalk me across floors. It's possible.
Welcome back. There's some jobs
Frickin' Ure. Son of a bitch. Winter, thank you for the subs, homie. What made it tough, we talked about it earlier, and we didn't even fully test, was about the Ure touching doors in the middle of a hunt instead of just during normal gameplay. Yeah. Hey, Aiden, I'm good. How are you? Finished making a blanket for the cousin's wedding. Oh, nice. Stinky Ure High Moon. No, that's my fault. I take the fault on that one, especially because I should have tested that more. It's obviously a little tough to test when you have things like this, but you know. All right, let's go back. I didn't hear a single door. No, I didn't either. I didn't either. Started fast for the first time this week. In my very first game, I had an objective that was to take a photo, and you don't start with a camera. You don't by chance have evidence of that, do you? Because I absolutely believe you. Absolutely do. Shauna, thank you for the raid, friend. Hello. Yeah, because if you just started playing this week, in your very first game, one of your objectives was take a photo, that just completely debunks that entire idea. Yeah. Shauna, how was your stream? What did you do? Hi, friend. I was just going to say that I had a photo objective in the beginning. Yeah. I'm hearing a lot of people say that they remember getting objectives that they could not do. Not unless we can time travel to 2 days ago. No, it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you telling me, though. Thank you. Trying to see if I have evidence. Recording my... Oh, you recorded your first few. Zara, if you do, that'd be awesome. Did some chill one evidence runs, although the ghosts were being kind of stinky. My ghosts are being stinky. Crazy. It's like there's a freaking epidemic going on of stinkies. Charles Manson, motion sensor, video, and capture a video. We might be able to get a video of the ghosty if it decides to do some ringy roses in front of us. Yeah, it's Charles Manson. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Case 10K is crazy. Well, not really. Not when you've been playing the game for 4 years. Moon, thank you for the 22 months. No touchy. Is that how I think it is? Hi, Shron. Automatic demon. How funny would that be? It's going to be a little tough to figure that out, but we can figure it out without any incense at all. All right, Ghost. I need you to not be here, okay? Game on. It's right next to us. Endless? I swear to God, dude. Why did I hear a throw like it sounded like it was in the lawn? Possible twinage? If it was a Hantu, it'd probably be slow. Because the power starts on, so the house is warm. Get off my lawn. Dude, it's throwing a shit ton. Shish kebab, homie. Relax. Oh no, my video camera. Give it back. Okay, I'm at the ready. Can a twin event during a hunt? No. I found the slow twin location. Kind of hit me there. It hit me there after the hunt. It's like, oh, twin. So that means it also has another area. Oh, I found it. Raptor, thank you for the gifted, homie. Vanny, thank you for the biddies. Only using starter? Yeah. Haha, get wrecked, idiot. Do it. You won't do it. Show up, stupid. Show up. Just gonna start hunting. Is that a Ure door open? No. Freaking twins again. No dice. I don't open the journal. Oh, but I do remember it happening. I got you. It's something I can ask for sure. All right, listen. I'd rather not in the middle of a hunt try to get your video. Because if you start from here, you're the fast twin. If you start from over there, you're the slow twin. Hoping to have clips. It's all good. Slow twinage. The Tron? What the if it's a slow twin, I'll try. If it starts here, we know it's not the slow twin. Kung Pao. It's so good. Do the twins laugh differently on the parabolic? No, there's no different sounds. The way that I explain the twins to anyone is it's one ghost with two separate interaction ranges. So thinking of the twins, you need to think of it like a ghost that has two hula hoops. One hula hoop is 3 meters big and the other hula hoop is 16 meters big, meaning that's how far out that second one can go. But it's one ghost. So that's why whenever you hear, hey, love you, kisses. So whenever you hear us talking about the ghost not being able to be upstairs and downstairs at the same time, because people are like, oh, twins, that's 2 ghosts. Technically, twins is 1 ghost. And if it's 1 ghost with 2 interaction ranges, it's on the same floor. What camera are you using for night? Oh, that's the tier 1. Yeah. I'm just doing all tier 1 items right now. Yeah, we gave him a smooch. He deserved it. It's another thing I wish for the twin B2 ghosts. Have them different audio. That'd be cool. 2 heads on 1 body. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it too.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
See, there's just certain things I can't do if I'm using all starter stuff, but we're doing the best we can. So 27, nice. I'm a pretty princess. That's right. AV, no. All right. Thank you guys for the hype train, dude. Let's go to, oh God, I'll try to do this at Grafton. This will be fun. Can't wait to get the Halloween shirt. Hell yeah. I need to get, I need to order mine. Have you done the wheel spin? I did. So the wheel spin is different now. The wheel spin is not for this month, good wheel, bad wheel. The wheel spins are now the trick or treat wheel. Oh, Phoenix did such a good job. Oh my God. And she was such a trooper with me, like having these like little random critiques. Critiques as in like, not like critiquing her work, more like, hey, what would it look like over there? Hey, we should try this. Hey, we should try that. So I was being like the worst client ever, but Phoenix is amazing and she did an amazing job. Going to bed flat. Endless. I appreciate you, man. I know she was just so willing to do the changes and I was so grateful. Poor Phoenix. Listen, listen, I pay her for it. Okay. I did pay her for work. Okay. But that doesn't make it okay necessarily. Whatever. Shut up. All right. Let's go to Grafton. You know what I mean? I gotta hydrate.
Check the equipment and get set up before
Thank you for the follows. Liv, welcome in.
new intel. Reports of light switching. Possibly harmless, but be careful out there.
Get in the circle. What does that mean? Saw a video of Lisa getting the photo of an EMF after prestiging. That seems like they changed the objective, but not the coding for it. Should be included in objectives. So currently I'm wrong, but I think I'm supposed to be right. Can I be honest? I don't think you're like, I could be wrong. I don't think you're supposed to be right. I don't think that they've ever coded it to where you can't get certain objectives when you don't have certain equipment. I don't think that they've actually added that to the game. Do I think that they should? 1,000,000%. You should not be getting objectives you literally can't do when it's not your fault. It's one thing if you are a level, but you haven't unlocked the equipment, that's your fault. But it's another thing when you're not a certain level because you're just not that level yet. And you're getting objectives you can't do. Like that stinks. Very curious to hear the answer. And I'm going to ask. I will ask. 100% I will ask. And I will let you know whenever I find out. Got to at least try to sleep. Night Raptor, have a good sleeps, friend. Relatively new player, absolutely get objectives I can't do yet because yeah, see that sucks. That sucks. I guess we just don't ever think about it because normally when we get that on the board, we just go, oh, well, that sucks, and we just move on. Yeah. Anyway, what do we have? Carla, motion sensor, get a ghost blow out of firelight and capture a photo. Awesome. Usually when I get one I can't do, I go, oh, well, that's me. It's like, oh, well, next. Moving on. All right, natural hiding in this map. Actually, hold, please. Oh, I hear you, turd. Grafton, Map Explorer. Should be here by the 15th. Let's go. Cozy Carrie. Hello, friend. I hear the ghost in front of me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the unofficial cheat sheet. What I'm looking for, because I guess I just never really pay attention to it on Grafton. I never pay attention to where the unofficial hiding spots are. Anne! Oh, Anne, thank you for the biddies. Oh my goodness. Hey Ryan, how are you? Anne, thank you so much, homie. Good to see you. So on this map, what you can do is on the bottom, you can click unofficial hiding spots, and then you hover over them and you can see what they are. Unofficial hiding spots are just spots you can run to in a pinch that are not 100% safe, but they are pretty safe. And this, what he does is he actually gives it a star rating based on how good it probably is. So yes, you can run to the other, like you can run over to this corner and dining if you need to, but it's a 1 star. It's probably not that great. What website is that? It is the unofficial cheat sheet. It's 0-network.net/phasmo-cheat-sheet/map/explore. I still have to add this to my bio, but I promise I will by tomorrow. Yeah. But if you look up unofficial cheat sheet, it's what's going to be the first thing that pops up for you. It'll be the first thing. But this ghost needs to chill, dude. I hear my EMF going off right now. Yeah. Tutor, I can't put the YouTube chat on the screen. No, because it's against TOS. I literally can't. All right, so this is a 3-star back here in the utility room. Okay. Library, which I never even thought to hide over there. That's a 4-star. There's a 1-star there, 3-star there. Upstairs, you got a 3-star. Master bath in that corner. This is a pretty good one because the ghost doesn't path back here very often. Everybody uses it and Google is aware. Right. Yeah. Hey, Queen, I'm good. So the ghost is directly in front of us on this floor. So that means I probably want to run upstairs. If I run upstairs, I probably go around here and just try to tuck over here and hopefully live. I think that's my plan. Let's try that because the ghost is absolutely here. Fireplace and dining has saved my life so many times now. Really? I think he has that on there as a 1-star spot. Slightly butchered. Well, look how it's spelled. What do you want me to do with that? I'm just dumb. That's a spooky month. It is. I'm excited to try a lot of different games this month. Whether it's certain days where maybe we start with Phas and then we switch over to those games, or it's days where we just plan nothing but different games. I'm excited. Grandma! I swear to God, dude. Can you get a badge from watching your live? You can't get a badge from watching anyone's live. Say, if you go to the one spot that I chose, I swear. Oh, might as well save Squeakers. Hi, Squeakers. If I make myself a badge, does that count? Sure. Damn, yeah. Drops have been off for a couple weeks. EBM, what up, homie? So Granny came from the living room. Nothing special. Doing a quick little Raiju test through an electronic mirror. Probably gonna stop hunting by the time she gets over here. Correct. Thrice? What about thrice? Yeah, definitely no. Jesus Christ, Grandma! Oh, you're currently listening to him. Let's go. They're going on tour. They're going on tour, or they're on tour. I'm thinking about it. Normal speed, right? Normal blinks. Oh, literally normal everything. Has the tattoo been picked? No, she still has to choose. She still has to choose. Well, damn, dude. This is a tough one. I don't want that. Broken tangent. Run. Let's try to sit over here for a minute. What are the options? There's too many. Like, too many to name. Too many to name. You guys still follows. Sisters, I appreciate it. Giblet, welcome in. Well, isn't that just effing unfortunate? This old piece of crap. Rude. Shit, it's too late. Grandma. I don't know, man. This is gonna be tough. This one's tough. I could try to go back over to that spot again. Kind of stalking? No, when it came over here, it vented on the same floor. So, I mean, any ghost could really do that. Even Shades, if it's outside of its room, could definitely do that. Yeah, this is no evidence and no sanity. My grandma says you gotta work for it, boyo. Thanks, grandma. Did it turn on a light? Ooh, maybe. Did it? I didn't turn that lantern on. Is it big and tall friendly? I saw this move. We were sitting here talking. I saw that move next to me. I was like, there are plus sizes in there for sure. And like tall wise, I'm 6'4". Don't you dare. You better back off, Granny. Now, for it to hunt over here, do we feel like that means something? No, viewer games are not region locked. No. She wants hugs. Oh, I don't want a hug. Ugh. So I don't even know how to try to narrow this down at this point. Wants to pinch them cheeks? Yikes. Exploded. Thank you for the 3 months. I don't know why I have Banshee vibes. I don't know why. Long day at the hospital. We're off to bed. Good night, Juju. Have a good night, friend. You're getting Phantom. I'm thinking not Phantom just because the blinks. The blinks look very normal. So not Phantom, not Oni, none of the fast ghosts, none of the slow ghosts. Not hunting very frequently, making me think it's not a demon. 5'7" on a good day. Hey, soaking wet. World's most boring mimic. You know, I've had mimics do that before. Like, I've had them hunt at normal speed for like 10 hunts in a row. But then I saw orbs and I realized it was a mimic. Can a mare light a candle? Yeah, the mares have nothing to do with fire. Fiance does not believe that you're 6'4". What is there? It's not that tall. I mean, yeah, it's tall, but it's not that tall. It'd be one thing if I was like, yeah, I'm 7 foot. Oh, that was a risk. Oh, that was a dumb risk. Oh, Grandma, I give the best hugs in the world. I didn't mean to do it that close. I didn't mean to do it that. You know what? We'll go Banshee anyway. I kind of realized it after I did it. I was like, oh, shit. That was a mistake. You give off short king energy? I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not upset about that.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Yeah. We were right. But I died. You know what? You can't win them all. Okay? You just can't win them all. But I knew what it was, though. It gave off that Banshee energy. I could feel it. But I died. So, listen, fair to the game, I did not live. But we did know what it was, which is awesome. Ay, ay, ay. All right. 2 Willers. Might as well do the whole top row, man. I've met Flash in person. He's really... You lie, Moon.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare
I mean, no, I have met Moon in real life, but she knows. She's being a turd.
got the intel.
Husband 6'10". Oh, my God. And you're 5'5". Holy crap. My brother's 6'7". My parents were 6 foot and 6'1". I have 2 great uncles that were 7 feet. Yeah. My wife is like 5'5". Comparably. So I don't know what the kids are going to turn out like. It's hard to say. No wonder you're giant. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So you're the runt. Technically speaking, yeah. Yeah. Listen, you know, I have to be on the side with like Queso and like some of these other people. I could not hate 2 numbers more. It is one of the dumbest things that I have ever seen to become like some sort of trend, meme. So dumb. So stupid. My kids do it. And when they do it, what do? Shame them. It is so stupid. It's a meme? Yes. Absolutely. It is so dumb. You were called Slenderman in high school for being 6'2". What the hell's wrong with people? That doesn't sound very nice. I did not play basketball. No. No. They banned it at your kid's school? What a great school. That's an awesome school. It's so stupid. Because it's not even like, it's nothing mean. It's nothing like hateful. It's nothing whatever. It's just stupid. I almost sent you. Oh, thanks, Break. That's exactly what I need. Yeah. How much is Phaz? I mean, you could Google it, Matcha. Yeah. I don't know if they're on a discount right now or not, but if you Google Phaz, you can probably find out. Us tall people need to form an alliance. Oh, about to go to HR to ban it at work. I work with people. Oh my God. So dumb. All right. Anyway, I have ads coming, but let's see if we can do this fast maybe. Kyle Miller, Incense, EMF, and Motion. Awesome. Every single objective has been like, hey, yeah, you can't do that. Gosh dang it. All right. We're on the move. On the move. All right. This is going to be dicey. Someone tell me what it means. It's better to be innocent, friend. You know what the best part is? like 70 to 80%. Can't even tell you what it means. I hear it over there. I hears it. Just taking a hot second to hunt. Is this a Hantu? Maybe not. I think it's sped up with line of sight. All right, ads are about to happen, friends. I might need to go outside so you don't get hit. Or you don't miss stuff. Yeah, that's what I'll do. All right, I'm going to go out here. I'm going to go out here and wait for the ads. When they start, they go for 3 minutes. We do 3 minutes in the... We try to do it every hour, but sometimes it happens in the middle of the game. So I'll just literally wait on the porch and just wait for them to happen. Hopefully the ghost doesn't shut off the power and mess with their other crap. Yeah, I think it had line of sight, but it sounded off speed. Like randomly at the beginning, which is a little bit concerning. So we'll see what it's like when we come back. Okay, there we go. I swear to God. Jinx, I swear to God. You know how many times I've accidentally said things to my kids and said those numbers and then they just immediately turn at me and I'm like, stop it right now. 3 minutes max. The number of ads varies from user to user. Correct. It varies for the region that you're in because there's certain ads that only play in certain regions. So if they're not playing ads in your region, then you're not going to get them. So it might be shorter than normal or you might not get any at all. Yeah. Don't got any? There you go. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Could I try Google? Could I try for Google for what? I'm not going to sit here and go through and Google every person's name in the chat, figure out what they mean, how to pronounce them, and do all that jazz. No. I should be able to look at your name and boom, know how to pronounce it. Maybe that's a me problem or it's a you problem. Hard to say. Mr. Chingus. Hi, friend. What run challenge is this, by the way? Well, I was going to play a different game today, but then I decided because it was the first stream of the month that I wanted to do Phas for the first stream of the month for Spooktober. So doing Phas tonight, somebody asked me to do no sanity, no evidence starter items. So I thought, let's go for it. So here we are. My cat stepped on the enter key before I was done. That's okay. It happens to the best of us. Actually, it's Shadi. That's it. That's it. That's funny. Oh, man. Mr. Chingus, how is your day going, my friend? How's your Wednesday? Usually watch the videos on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it a ton. 44 seconds, and then we're back. 44. Vertex. Wait a minute. I see that follow. Favorite Phas daily is when you have... My favorite Phas daily is when they have a survive with starter items. Oh, got you. Oh, I got you. Always a lot of fun. The checklist stuff for... You son of a bitch! It turned the power off. When do I think that the Halloween event is going to start? I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say in the next couple weeks. Like, if I were guessing, I would say in like 3 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, but I don't know. They might start it sooner. They might not. I don't know. It's hard to say. All right. Now they're done. We're back. And they go shut the power off because it's an a-hole. October 28th. I don't think it's going to be that late. Yeah. I'm good. How's it going? All right. Well, Ghosty shut the power off just now, so we know it's not a djinn. I need to hear it hunt again. So it's going to be in front of us. There. We're going to have to try our luck. I like going garage so we have a looping spot. Oh, yeah. Are you a banshee, you hooker? Did you just stalk me? Oh, no. Where's my sprint? Hello? Like, that seemed very random for it to start in the garage like that. Oh, it's naked. Oh, it's a naked. It started going the other direction. And for some reason, my sprint was so worn out. That was so weird. They just need money for college. You know what? I'm going Banshee. I'm going for it. Come on. Son of a bitch, it teleported to me. I had to go for it, though. I had to. We'll go back. It's okay. Because if it would have been a Banshee, that would have been pretty sick. But it makes sense why it was there. It's because it teleported to us. It's fine. It doesn't make it any less of a hooker. It still is one. Swing and a miss. It's bound to happen, dude. It's bound to happen. If you test correctly, you can get it. But if you just throw it out there hoping you get it, well, you know. Go back. Same ghost. All right. Back to Wheelers. Let's go to Wheelers. That's right. Now this one, we won't have ads in the middle of it, so I can just do a straight run through. Any interest in any of the games in the Steam Autumn sale? I haven't looked. Yeah. And are you doing No Say No Evans? I am. Livy. Photos? No. Crucifix? No. Video of the ghost? Maybe. That one's a maybe. If on 3 evidence and the ghost goes through the salt without UV, does that mean that you can rule out UV? More than likely, but it's good to double check because you could have an obake that's choosing not to leave UV. No orbicals. I'm just gonna have to risk it. Hey, Mac. I hear it back there. Went straight downstairs. God damn it. The Obake can choose not to leave UV. That is correct. It is the only ultraviolet ghost that can do that. So one moment it could touch a door and leave UV. The next time it touches it, it could choose not to. Dicey. Oh, thank you for the dono, man. I appreciate you. Does it work like that with footprints as well? It does. So usually with UV, what I've noticed is if it's an Obake, you piece of trash. Oh, please. Did you see me? No, you didn't. With the Obake, it will skip footsteps. So it'll leave UV for one, not leave UV for another, and then leave UV again. What, lady? Oh, I saw that. Oh, they grow up so fast. I saw that. I saw that. She shapeshifted into grandma. I'm fairly certain I saw that. If I did not see that, and this is not an Obake, I need to go to bed. That's all that means. When I stand up and my knees crack. I did see it.
Welcome back.
I knew it.
Ready for you.
She went from Rhonda to Grandma so fast. Awesome. I'm glad I caught that. I always try to make sure to watch the ghost so I can see stuff like that. Beautiful. That was good. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Why do you throw the EMF before you go in? I typically put the EMF in there. I'm bringing it just because I can't do anything with it, right? But you can detect if the ghost teleports to you, if it's a wraith. You can also use it for a Raiju test because it's an electronic. So if I don't want to have the flashlight on, but I keep the EMF on and it goes near the door, it'll speed up. Yeah. Yeah, sitting here having a chat about Obakes and we get a freaking Obake. Yep. Why do you keep closing the door? What door? Relentless. Thank you for the biddies. Which door are you talking about? Allie, thank you for the raid. How was your stream, Allie? Welcome in. Why do I keep closing the door for the kitchen? Because the ghost can't see through the kitchen door. So I'm able to sit on the other side of that door without the ghost being able to see me. Blocks line of sight. Exactly. Yeah. Going to bed. Good night, cat. It was really good. What'd you guys do? Leaving equipment on is how I identify Raiju during the APOC. Still die, though. Yeah, but you're learning. Like, we're always learning. You were playing Repo? Oh, dude, I haven't played Repo in a while. I might need to make a Repo day. That might have to happen. Might have to happen. Did you guys do anything in particular? Did you play with mods or did you play vanilla? Good night, Railroad. Repo's so much fun. I've had so many great moments in that game playing with friends. It's been so good. So freaking good. Did vanilla? That's the way to do it, man. It just makes, you know, sometimes the mods, it can be a little bit overwhelming at times. So playing vanilla every now and then is definitely a good idea. Meow, meow, meow. Sorry, I saw a message from a friend and I didn't want to lose it. I try my best. Like, I'll read something and I'm like, ooh, I need to remember that later. So I try to mark it unread as fast as I possibly can. Mods are too much sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, like, we have some friends like our buddy Vinland. Like, he does a lot of research when it comes to the mods, but he tries a lot of them. So it's great because he's an awesome resource to be like, hey, does this one suck? Is this one good? What do you recommend? Is this good? Yeah, he does a lot of that stuff. He used to do it a lot more. He used to do a lot. Lethal Company, oh my God, it was so much. And we have Defini, who literally makes the mods. Yes. Turned me into an onion because he's a monster. An absolute monster. But I guess we like him, though. It's okay. All right. That's probably going to be the last hunt of the night. That's probably gonna be the last hunt. Guys, if you're on the tube or on the talk, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. Thank you so much. We're gonna, on the Twitch side, go raid someone here soon if you want to join us. So it's FlashForce everywhere. I appreciate you guys, friends. Thank you. I did troll some of my friends, but it was great. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, one of my funniest moments that I've experienced in that game was very, very unintentional. Very, very unintentional. I accidentally knocked, if you know Chinggis, if you know Mighty Chinggis, I knocked him down a hole on accident. But it was one of the funniest things at the moment. I was crying, laughing. Absolutely in tears. So freaking funny. It was an accident. I meant to hit him. I did not mean to hit him down the hole. Okay. Can I pull that up? I think I have it as one of my featured clips. I think I do. You can listen. You just listen. All right. You can tell from my reaction. It's very genuine. Very, very genuine. The clip shows you. No, that's me. Shut up, me. Trying to go to my main page and it took me to my the live page. Oh, I have ideas. I want to get a website made, like an actual website. Right now, I have like links that just like go back to like my Twitch page or something. I want to get an actual website made. So I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. We believe you. Shh. Hold on. Where is it? Do I have this muted? No, I don't. Yeah, this is good. I have one do it. I want to. It's great to have Chingus at mightychingus.com email address. Well, I can't get flashforce.com, I don't think, because I think somebody has grabbed that because they're a butthole. But that's okay. I have flashforce.tv. Yeah. Mr. Dolly, have a good one. Case, thank you for the subs, dude. This was the clip, okay? Listen.
You know what? I blame Kill.
I blame Cheetah.
Order
I mean,
13.
you're
I
so
have
efficient
yet to
with
play
the
that
little
game.
box. Why would I want to?
Is
take it
Vince
from
still
you?
looking for the other one? No, he already got it. Yes?
No, he got it. We just have to find it now.
All right.
Oh, there's another big. Ow!
Oh no.
If you watch, just keep your eyes here. If you can, oh, thank you, Mayor. There's the clip right there. Thank you, Mayor. If you keep your eyes here and watch him, I didn't notice because it's so dark sometimes that I didn't realize there was a pit here. I didn't think like, oh, there's bars. Oh, there must be a hole. I thought it'd be funny to hit him with the cart. His voice, the voice proximity, the prox chat where it's fading into the distance. That's what killed me. Absolutely, Chicken. That murdered me.
Oh, there's another big. Ow!
Oh no.
Oh, it was
Oh,
just so
goodness.
priceless and it was so great. And I was not ready. I didn't realize. Listen, there's a lot of really good moments. Hold on. There was, what was it? Oh, this Friday the 13th. I missed this so much. Hold on. What? Oh gosh, dang it. It's acting really strange. This was when we played with the team. Bye. Have a nice time. Should I run over Chiba?
Yes. I mean, is it even a question?
Yeah. That's just
Save me!
yeah. That's just
Save me!
Oh no, why was it glitched like that?
yeah. That's just
Save me!
You see how, why is it so delayed? Why is that happening? Bye, have a nice time. Oh, there it is. Should I run over Chiba?
Yes. I mean, is it even a question?
yeah. That's just
Save me!
To be fair, he was Jarvis. He could not get any points. It wouldn't have mattered for him. The point of Jarvis when you're playing Friday the 13th is to save your team. That is the point. And he was like trying to get himself saved and it didn't work. Okay. Now I'm just like looking back at other moments. There's also laundry upstairs.
Laundry. Okay.
Yeah.
Is the laundry behind the actual laundry machine?
Yeah.
Sorry. I got really scared for apparently no apparent reason. So is it behind the actual laundry machine or behind the one of the
I am not coming back down there. I'm not.
Oh man, it's it's the small things in life you treasure. It's those moments that are just gold that you can just go back and watch and just laugh. Oh man, there's so many clips. There's so many good ones. It's the way you looked for what scared. I was so confused. I literally was so lost as to what the hell he was running upstairs for, and I thought I was gonna die. No, there was nothing. And then the ghost showed up. There's so many. I need to make like a compilation. If anything, I need to make a compilation for me, just for me to watch. I'm not coming back down there. I'm not. So, Spooktober. I want to do my best to try to do some research and find a bunch of games for us to try this month. I want to try a bunch. I want to try to find especially some like multiplayer games that I can get some friends in to try. Ghost out sub. So I'll do my best for that too. Twitch's funniest home clips. Oh, that would be a really funny segment. Do it just like the old like Bob Saget, but version of it. Oh man, that'd be the way to go. My favorite doc moment with you is Flash saved me. It was a Dio. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I can help. That happened during viewer games. I think it might have been Tide that was yelling out save me as they were looping the ghost, and I have nothing on me. And I was a princess. I'm the one that was supposed to be saved. You for like your commercial breaks as well. You know, I don't see a lot of people do that. I don't see a lot of people do it, but I know like Wolfen does it. If you guys watch Wolfen, he always plays clips in the middle of his commercial breaks. I typically use the commercial break as a time to just talk to you guys more. And especially if you're subbed, then it's just another opportunity to talk to you guys without much interruption. Have you seen the horror mods for Minecraft? They get crazy. Oh, I've only seen so many. Like I played Phaz in Minecraft once. I've been 3D printing decorations for spooky season. Ooh, not the princess card. Yeah, I played the princess card. I certainly did. One other streamer who does. It's fun and can be used when you have to BRB. It's definitely something I would think about. Yeah, I would definitely want it to be done right. Like I have my commercial screen for ads. I've got that. I could do something similar to that. It's just replace the video that's behind it with just clips of me. Now the difference would be that my clips are not in 4:3. My clips are 16:9. So I'd have to reformat. Next September, are we getting a flash? Are we getting flash of piercing? Probably not. I've never had a piercing ever in my life. Ever. At one point in my emo life, I thought about getting my ears pierced, and then I just never did it. So it's hard to say. Cranberry. Oh, that was a good moment. Yeah. Most of the moments with Doc are pretty great. Very Nickelodeon ads for the show that you're currently watching. Oh, yeah, that's true. Time to get one next year. Could call it a flashback. Aha, a gook. I could. That would actually be pretty good. All right, let me take a peek real fast. Did you have the emo hair? No. No, the closest thing that I had to emo hair was one time I dyed my hair black because my brother was dyeing his hair and he was like, do you want to try this? I was like, sure. So I just did it. But that was it. I've only ever dyed my hair once. I'm disappointed. I've never had emo hair. I like kind of swoopy, but like nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I had friends that had like the crazy emo hair, the tight girled pants and stuff. I never went through that. Like I never did that. A lot of streamers I watch that play an intro video for raids and stuff. See, I personally, I don't like the idea of raid videos for me. I don't mind if somebody else does it. If it's something that you enjoy doing, if it's something you like as a part of your brand and your content, then absolutely do it. But for me, I don't like to play raid videos. And you call yourself a millennial. Yeah. You want to know where I was for Y2K? I was at a skating rink. How do you feel about that, hotshot? Yeah, that's right. Where were you? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, how you feel about that? Long day tomorrow. I feel you, friend. I don't remember. I do remember. Could do a fun thing on the wheel or a challenge, maybe a reward for an hour or less. We just watch funny clips. That would probably just be something we randomly do. I don't know if I'd put it on the wheel. You're at the Space Needle for what? Ooh, you're in an AOL chat room. You know what? So listen, I'm looking at trying to figure out a way to do a website. And my goal for that website is obviously for me, right? And for you guys to be able to go to and visit things. But I want to make it look like a 90s website. Like I want to do a mixture of like 90s retro, but with horror. So that's like becoming in my brain where my head goes for branding. Where like I'm thinking in my head like 90s retro, but if it were horror. So like if you were thinking of like the background, and unfortunately, like I know like what's his name? Oh gosh dang it, I gotta look it up. Hold on. Make it look like MySpace. Yeah. Listen, I would love to have like what I would do is I would take the Twitch chat widget, embed it onto the site, and make it look like the AOL chat. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Freaking no, you know who it is? Meat Canyon. Meat Canyon has a background on his like recording setup, and I was like, son of a bitch, he has what I want. Top 8 friends, how funny would that be? No matter who you are, if you're visiting the site at the time, you're one of them. Stop it. I want to show you his background. Flash games on there? Oh, that'd be kind of sick. Josh, I just want to show you his background. He makes uncanny. I know, but man, his videos are so great though. He's such a good artist. So it's hard to tell. It's a little bit hard to tell, but if you look at his setup, this son of a bitch has like in my head what I was thinking. Like other than like I would probably do different background tint. But look, freaking, he's got movies up here, an old monitor, a tube TV. It's like, God damn it. I'm going to look like I'm copying him if I do this shit. I'm going to look like I'm copying him. So it's like, damn it. Do I got to try and think of something else? He's got Goosebumps. He's got the doll here. I got to figure something out. I don't know what, but I got to figure it out. And he's got the tube TV. I have one sitting right next to me. His IRL setup is lit. Isn't it awesome? I love it. He has a kitchen setup that's hilarious. That oven that is like, that talks. It's so funny. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I guess there was a point in time where I thought about taking my background and turning it into like a 90s bedroom. I thought about it. Good? No, bad. So I thought about taking it and turning it into a 90s bedroom. And I'm like, I don't know if I have the effort. Or sorry, I don't know if I want to put forth the effort. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Could do different seasons. Could. I thought about decorating for Halloween, but I didn't know what to do. Get a talking cigar box. Ayo. All right. I need to find someone to raid. Need some Backstreet Boys posters. I'd probably put NSYNC if I was going to pick one. Do O-Town? Does your Tube TV do the staticky thing? I missed the staticky thing? The staticky thing? You mean the snow? When you like change it to a channel that has nothing on it? Is that what you mean? Clarissa explains it all theme. Oh my God. Good night, Tashi. No, when the screen would be all staticky. Oh, you mean like actual static. Oh, you mean like if you're putting your hand near the TV and it's static. Oh yeah, of course they do. That's just the way that those monitors operate. Yeah. Catching in the stream. Love watching the streams and the VODs. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Welcome in. Yes. Oh yeah, they absolutely do. Yep. Full house living room. Listen, this room is not that large. If it looks like it has any sort of like size at all, it's because I'm using like a 16mm lens. So it's definitely exaggerating a little bit. Love to put my arm next to it, see them stand on the end. Yeah, I have a bigger tube TV out in my basement that one gets very staticky. Just get a bigger room. Stupid. I know what you meant, Hero. I understand. I get it. Grandparents had the old dial style. Oh my God, that's old. That's old. I don't know if you guys saw it. I had a haul from a thrift store that's near us. I got a bunch of VHSs from it. I put the picture inside of Discord. So if you do like that kind of stuff, it is in there. All Real Monsters? Oh, that'd be sick. That would look cool. I'll figure it out. I'm still very uncertain what I want to do with back here. If I want to leave it as is, change it, make it sort of like a different kind of a theme. I don't know. All right. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Probably after I'm done snacking on everything in my house. For the Clarissa vibe, need a window and a ladder. That would actually be kind of, look, it's kind of like what he did, where he had like a fake window. I could do a fake window, but it's like, again, there's a lot of effort that needs to be had to do that. Yeah. We'll see. I would love to have like a Surge poster. Like I digress. All right. Friends, if you're a follower, the first message is for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. If you are a creepy tier 3, you have your own to play with. Thank you guys for a great first October stream. I appreciate you. We are literally already 1/10 of the way to the monthly goal. If we reach the monthly goal, we will have another viewer day. If we reach that goal, I will then set an extended goal to be announced at a later date. Thank you guys so much for an amazing stream. You guys are amazeballs. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on Friday for more fun, more shenanigans. I love you all. Goodbye.